two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas, Happy Festivus, and a most delightful Chrimbus for each and every one of you ladies and jerks watching at home.
We were beholden to the 6 o'clock join us live, therefore we decided to stick it out even though we were set up.
So thank you for sticking it out.
Oh boy.
Now mind you, hopefully
This audio sound.
we've resolved all the technical difficulties, even though about 2.5 still exist. Alright?
No. Actually.
So, cool later.
Minor things.
Thank you for chiming in, and we'd like to assure you that what was spoken, mildly important. Alright, so you're not
Welcome
wrong.
back, Chatbox, which has jingly bells behind it.
So Danger is now going to be working his way up the jingle jangle staircase, you see? So Danger, gracias por mirando aquí. Hoy noche. Estamos vivo en twitch.tv/Monoxis.
And YouTube.
And at youtube.com/718TV.
Officially.
And how crazy is that? It wouldn't have been possible without you ladies and jerks who come on down to see us hoot and holler like the intro rounds of The Price is Right. Now, while none of us have the charisma or the oration skills of Bob Barker, we do try. And eventually, one by one, you all helped us climb to one step. And on that step, we got to stream live. Hopefully, if there's no one else there, we're on the front page. So thank you. Gracias.
My apartment is not on fire. That's a Yule log. Chrimbus.
Hopefully you're joining us for the Chrimbus Spectacular.
Hopefully the Christmas music isn't super loud.
This is the #1 jazz masculine Christian stream on Twitch, if you were to check right now. You know it to be true.
It
in
might
your
be
hearts.
true.
Can we look?
I don't know how to check things by tags. You think I know how to use Twitch? Just because I'm on it?
Fine. We will deal with his snippy comments, even though he knows exactly what he's doing.
That's not true.
So, chat. Hopefully, if there is a Yuletide log, yes. So if there is a Yuletide log in your neck of the woods, and you happen to be playing this with that, not overlapping it, but perhaps on a different wall, thank you. So you could tell the sociopath family members and friends that you're with that, like, we too wish you a Merry Christmas, alright? And for anyone else who doesn't have a Yuletide log on fire somewhere comfortably in the confines of where they lay their head to rest at night, thanks for having us on. We really appreciate that.
So, Hans, get anything good for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah?
I mean, I got me some new running shoes. I got me,
Wait, you bought new running shoes?
I got the running shoes as a gift, although the undershirts I was in desperate need for because they were all starting to get tatted around the neck.
There.
I bought me them. Both the V-neck and the regular, under neck.
But you bought them for you.
Yes.
So they're not
I didn't wrap them up, though, no.
So they're not really Christmas gifts.
It was more like, my undershirts are falling apart.
Yes, you bought more shirts.
Yeah.
Not really a Christmas gift.
Shirts. You know where you could find shirts? You could go to queenstrash.com. Shirts.
The skeleton shouldn't be in here, but he is.
But I did get some shoes.
Never mind, that skeleton's not going anywhere.
I did get junk food from Mexico, which was a rather delightful treat.
Okay.
I got a shirt from shirt.sexy, as a matter of fact.
You got a shirt for Christmas?
Yes, I did. Ladies and jerks, you too can type in shirt.sexy on your phone, on your clickety-clack screen beholden to the keyboard ordeal, and you too will find ever so delightful merchandise from a friend and partner of queenstrash.com. Shirt.sexy, if you're watching, Feliz Navidad. Dun-dun-dun-dun, Feliz Navidad. Dun-dun-dun-dun, Feliz Navidad.
I gotta echo this real quick.
You know the words of the song. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Did they show the tags?
Oh, kind of.
Nice.
Twitch doesn't like us.
Why not? Why?
I think Twitch has an issue with our tagging ourselves.
You heard it here first, folks. Twitch is keeping us down.
I feel
The masked men community is at threat because Twitch is scared of what people say on Christmas Day. All right.
I also don't like the people who get put in the masculine tag, who think that they're masculine but aren't masculine. Maybe that's a problem as well.
Really?
Has the word masculine been like co-opted by non-masculine people to feel more manly?
I'm not quite sure.
I feel like it has.
According to Twitch.
Well, that I just looked at like the top masculine streams.
Well, scrawny dudes you could fold in 3 and tuck into a sock drawer.
They don't bench. That's
You heard it here first, folks. Monoxis is a certified personal trainer, and he can tell when people bench or not.
I'll send Haynes $10 to sing Dominic the Donkey. Is that a thing? What is Dominic
the Donkey is an actual song.
What? I've never. Is this like a?
He wants to. No, it's just a fucking Guinea Dago Wop Italian culture song.
Oh.
But he wants it for the Chrimbus.
I mean, I could probably put it on in the background.
No. Let's see if he follows through. If he does, we'll have to pull up the lyrics, and I will sing Dominic the Donkey.
I don't know if that's. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Can we pull it up? I think we could pull it up.
Can I pull up lyrics on the internet? Yeah.
If you don't
You have
mind.
a phone.
I do, but all right, fine. You win this round.
I'm just saying. I just don't understand why there's this fucking.
Have you ever heard this song?
No.
Oh, well, then you're kind of missing out.
I've never heard any of this. I'm also wondering. So fun fact to chat, folks. We're using Restream right now. Just so we can be on YouTube and Twitch. So I don't know.
Simultaneously.
I don't know how any of that's gonna work in terms of like seeing alerts. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sure that will work, right?
Hopefully, if things happen to show up that we're missing, let us know. Because if someone follows or if someone subscribes, we kind of sort of have no idea how to check that.
We have the chat box, so it's fine.
Okay. Will it show up on the chat box?
I mean, the point is that the chat box shows up, everything else will show up, right? It's just using my stick, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay.
In the meantime. Chrimbus, son. Chrimbus.
Ladies and jerks, what did Santa get you for Chrimbus? Let us know in chat.
Cookies. I got cookies.
What else you got?
Laid. That was the big one. That was the main one.
Deal.
That was like the main gift.
All right.
COVID. A lot of that going around. A lot of COVID going around New York right now.
Chinese lung herpes is the gift that keeps on giving. All right.
Everyone's getting COVID for Christmas. From what it seems.
Well,
I was supposed to go see a show in January, but because Santa gave everyone COVID, the show might be delayed, if not canceled.
bullshit. Who? Residents?
No, it wasn't a concert. There's this. I guess it's a musical. I think Hades Town. It's something on Broadway. Yeah, it's supposed to go in January.
Boo.
Yeah, and because everyone got COVID for Christmas.
When Santa visits his patrons with Dominic, he'll be because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy.
Oh boy, that man donated 10.
So I'm sorry, I believe there was a super chat?
Yeah, there was.
Okay, so now we have to find the lyrics to Dominic the Donkey.
You have to find it. Okay. Orbital says got some socks, a new wallet, some books. Fine Christmas.
Really? What kind of books? Let us know. Hopefully it's something worth checking out.
Yeah, it might be a wasted bit, right? But look, we worked up to getting this 1,000 thing on YouTube so we could do it. So we're going to try it. Alright? And God knows how many of these people on YouTube might actually, pop in. We saw a face in here for
Someone
a sec.
had showed up before we even went live.
So who knows? Alright?
Okay, so Dominic the Donkey,
The point
lyrics.
is we can do it.
Alright. And mind you, it's been a long time since I've heard this song, so Kool-Aider, it's going to be broked up, fucked up, and jangled, and it's not going to be in tune or in time, but you're going to be getting this, okay? So just hang on, don't grab your ankles, it's not SummerSlam, alright? We're going to be getting Dominic the Donkey.
I'm sorry. You have to do that now.
We have to do this now.
Right now. He paid. The man gave you money.
Wait. Okay. No, okay. So, ladies and jerks, If you're watching twitch.tv/Monoxus or here at youtube.com/718TV, I present to you Dominic the Donkey. A. Jing-a-ding, hee-hee, ha-ha. It's Dominic the Donkey.
I think he wants you to do the karaoke one on YouTube.
Jing-a-ding, G...
Nope.
Hee
Nope.
hee
Nope. 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 Nope.
The Italian Christmas donkey. La la la. La la. This goes on for a while. La 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 la. La 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 la. La.
Sir?
La 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 la. La 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 la. Dee doo da. Santa's got a little friend.
This is the Shatner version of Rocket Band.
His name is Dominic. The cutest little donkey. You never see him kick when Santa visits his
Hold on.
With Dominic, he'll be...
I need to hear this song now, so you're just going to go from the top, all right?
Because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy. Like how Hannibal crossed the fucking Alps on elephant back.
Is this it?
The reindeers couldn't do that with regular hills
Haynes, is that it?
of Italy.
Is this the song?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes.
Yes, it is.
All right, Haynes, feel free to jump in whenever...
I didn't... Well,
you know.
Mike, thank you. His name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey. You never see him kick. When Santa visits his peasants. Is it peasants or peasants with Dominic? No, listen, that's fucked up because, like, Dominic is upholding the prevention of class warfare. Na 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 na. Italian guinea noises. I don't know where I am. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
it's on the screen. Look.
La, 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 la.
The chorus, dude, the chorus.
La 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 la
It's
la.
Paisans.
La 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 la. How the fuck do you spell that?
Paisan.
Da, da, da. It's Paisan instead of that.
Hey,
I'm
read
saying
the link.
without a
Hey,
ASA.
shit, read the lines.
Jingle bells around
You're not
the street
listening.
and presents on the
Here,
sled.
hold on, I'll turn it up for you.
You're gonna have to help. Here we go.
There you go.
The labels on the inside say they're made in Brooklyn. They're making fun of the Chinese now. I'm sorry. Chingity child.
No, it's
It's
a Christmas song.
Dominic the donkey. La 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 dee. The song is to stick it to
No, come on.
Sicilian's name. Oh, okay.
Sing the song, son.
He understands what is to and dance with juice mamanga guacucamonga Italian giddy nego speak. Hey chingity chong. You make fun of Taiwan. Chingity chang. Making fun of Tang. La la la. La 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 la.
Why is this a thing?
La la la. Do 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 do. 4/4 beatbox and the drum and the snare. Hi-hat, now it's stuck in the front of your mind. So ladies and jerks, we appreciate you coming on down to twitch.tv/Monoxus. Here at youtube.com/718TV where my hat fell off. Mike, thank you.
Also, Danger Redeemed, Stained Haynes asks chat a question. There you go, Haynes.
Okay, well.
Work on it.
You caught me off guard. Look at what he
Oh,
did for
man.
you, even though he won't wrestle you for the good ending. You see? Look at this fucked up game you two are perpetuating like a vicious cycle.
Hey, spicy wings and nuclear family, not circus, baby.
Nuclear family. Buenas
Happy
noches.
holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
And
What I'm gonna do though.
spicy wings. What's good? Buenas noches.
I'm gonna-
Estamos
I'm
vivo
gonna
aquí.
move this.
Twitch.tv/Monoxus.
So we get
Y
those-
youtube.com/718TV.
So we
Hi,
get those
I'm
redeemed.
Stained Haynes of 718TV. He's Monoxus. And if you have a Yuletide log on fire somewhere in your home, we're the perfect substitute for that right now. And if you do have one of those logs and you're watching this at the same time, they won't cancel each other out. Sorry you had to hear this from me. Stream is healthy, according to the computer.
Well, here's the thing. We got messages here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the new stuff. Right? This is what's going to come in. I'm trying to figure out how I can...
No, only more bells above the fireplace. It's bells all the way up until you get to Valhalla.
We'll keep it like that. This is just so I can see the... Did you ask Chad a question yet, Haynes?
Alright, fine.
Thanks to Danger.
Danger, in regards to your inquiry, fine. Where is a place that doesn't exist that only exists in your memory now? So, like, for example, Key Food?
Yeah.
Key Food is a supermarket in this neck of the woods that existed since the dawn of time. And now it is no longer there. And, you know, that could be, I mean, large or small.
Discovery Zone.
KB Toy Stores.
KB Toys one, yeah.
Oh, no, hang on.
Hey.
El Primo.
On
Gracias for...
Sup?
Thank you. Hey, El Primo, are you over at the beverage barn? Let us know. And if you are, you gotta stay strong, homie. Some people work on the weekends, alright? You have to get that through your head.
Unfortunately, yeah.
While Monoxus and I are wallowing in the crapulence of our own holiday festivities, there are some people out there who are keeping America moving. And among them are people at beverage barns. And there's a beverage barn somewhere in Ohio. Somewhere in Ohio is El Primo. He's probably playing this on the screen overhead the beverage display, which is on the other end of where people walk in with the ding-ding before they get the things and stand in line. So thank you, El Primo.
See? So those points are Twitch only. But we gotta play rock, paper, scissors.
Oh shit, El Primo, you're closed today. Woo! And you're home. El Primo is home and he has freedom. It's good to be home on the Sabbath.
Nuclear Family says a youth correctional facility. It's an army surplus depot. Huh.
Ah, so it does not exist anymore. That is a fair point.
The small school library where we used to smuggle cards. It got converted to a detention room. Unfortunate. Anyway, rock, paper, scissors, sir. Ready?
Best of what?
2.
Alright.
Right there. See? Or best of 3.
Orbitos? Alright, thank you for chiming on in.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Got him. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Got him.
Alright. So, Kool-Aider, I don't know if you've been keeping count.
I hope to God not.
There has been some haphazard accounting in this never-ending duel, which I don't even think will ever be squared away, but will continue like the Hatfields and the McCoys.
It's an eternal battle.
Alright. Kool-Aider, I want to know what you have, though, on your notes. I'm very curious.
Also, what's a place that no longer exists? Only in your memories.
God bless our gas stations and God bless our truckers. Oh no, that is your phone. That is not my phone. I heard of...
Did my phone go... boop?
Yes, and now we are no longer within the confines of Dominic the Donkey, alright?
I'm getting Merry Christmas messages because it's that kind of time of day, you know?
You getting the Chrimbus words.
Yeah. It's transcended notepad tallying. Yeah. See, there you go. Roadhouse gets it. It's an eternal battle of knowing the moment with a gut feeling.
Well,
currently, I feel like I'm in the lead. I feel like I've been getting pretty lucky.
Okay, Kool-Aider, can you confirm, Kool-Aider?
I can't confirm that myself, so I don't really care.
Well, but the public has to agree. It doesn't even matter what you and I agree to. It now depends on the audience, the crowd, the people who are screaming whenever one of us, like, kill a fucking jackal with a broken bottle to the neck.
I mean, I did win that last one.
That's true.
So, I mean, you could go back and look at it on camera, technically, in case someone really wanted to troll through 30-something 5+ hour streams.
Touche.
They could really find the full number. But that's completely
Kool-Aider, come on, man. I'm kind of waiting on you before the jury is out on Monoxus's tally.
I won the last one. I think I'm winning.
Okay.
So,
Deal.
we'll go with that.
All right, then we're going to go with that.
It exists in chaotic warp space where any outcomes have already happened have yet to happen. Yeah. I vote that Haynes is more lucky than Monoxus. All right, that's one vote.
Where's the jazz? Can't you hear it, El Primo?
No. So everything is jazz if it's random and chaotic enough, in my opinion. That's what the core of jazz is.
Is he promoting a beep beep biddle beep beep biddle boop 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 boop
Every time
lifestyle?
we speak, it's
That's up to
jazz.
you to decide. You know, somewhere in America right now, there are people letting squeaky doors close slowly and go.
If we're going up a Kool-Aider,
And then people are going to be like, look at Monoxus making people get into Bitches Brew again, man.
my wife is jazz.
My wife is jazz.
It's terrible.
What if it's like jazz from American Gladiators, too?
ED.
Ah,
And
Minga.
according to Kool-Aider, the tally is either 69-69, 420-420, or 21-28 Monoxus.
Ooh, 21-28 Monoxus. All right, then.
Stiff lead. Stiff lead.
Clearly chugging ahead for the fucking third period, all right? And I'm going to have to get my defensive line together if I need anything to happen. Because championships are won by defenses, all right?
The question now becomes, since we're on Restream, do we link people through Restream now? How does that work?
I just vote for fucking tweeting about YouTube and Twitch.
What if they can see each other, you know?
Right, but I mean...
Because now there's this, like, weird echo chamber of, like, over here you've got Kool-Aider and, like, Danger and Orbitas, and over here you've got, like, Nuclear, just, like, hanging out on YouTube.
Right.
And, like, I can see them. I'm gonna address both.
But can the ladies and jerks at home see the same chat that is happening and unfolding over the bells? Let us know, alright? We've never done a Chrimbus stream before, so we're trying to learn as we move along.
Also, because we have stream, we don't actually see channel points. That's a thing. Unless I keep the other stream open.
Touche.
I don't know.
Saxophone Sonata in D major by Phil Deese. Damn,
They can
El
see-
Primo.
Great, then we're good.
The man's implementing the idea of jazz to his entire existence. Who says it's limited to music? Damn. Listen, I am not one to be nitpicking or arguing like it's a fucking thesis, these words on a screen, but homies be fucking dropping anvils.
Well, just let us know if we miss any channel point shit, because Restream might not show that.
Everything is art given a long enough time frame. Nuclear family, that's the kind of thing that gets people got, alright? You have to be careful. Then you're going to be saying hi to RFK and Malcolm X in heaven. Orbidox is all, yeah, I'm a jazz guy. Barrels does. That's so good.
I'm kind of on Danger's... Oh, I agree with Danger, though. I'm implementing the idea of jazz into his entire existence.
I really... Yeah, I'm a jazz guy.
It's chaotic. It's got some soul to it. It's noisy.
I would argue jazz is when the people on stage are having more fun than the people in the crowd. That's jazz.
Okay. Then,
Alright.
yeah, we're jazz.
That's jazz.
We're jazz. You can take whatever definition you want. At this point, we're just gonna justify that we're jazz, and you can't prove us wrong. And if you try to, we can just be like, jazz is abstract.
If you think
Stop putting jazz in a box.
if you think we're wrong about jazz, why don't you tell us why you hate America?
And
Alright.
jazz.
Huh?
Actual
Huh?
modern American jazz.
I don't know. Wynton Marsalis is kind of a punk bitch.
That they hate us, and we're clearly jazz musicians.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So,
hey, Wynton Marsalis, if you're watching, I'll 1v1 you anywhere on planet Earth. I'll fucking 1v1 you with one hand tied behind my back. Just pick a time and day. You don't even have to pay me. Just have someone film on a phone. They'll do the rest.
so if you hate us, or our definition of jazz, you hate America, right? That's what we're going with.
Right. You need to tell us why you hate America.
And Christmas.
Yeah.
Because how dare you bring this up on Christmas?
Today is Jesus' birthday, and you didn't have anything nice to say.
Of all
That's on
days
you.
to come down and give us shit for being jazz musicians, you choose Christmas?
I think Jesus would have looked the other way of this jazz on Christmas ordeal if it helps bring people together, because Jesus was on everyone's side. All right, buddy?
I just don't understand why they're coming at us right now, you know? Today's a nice day, we're having a good time, we got the fire in the background, we're playing nice upbeat music. It's a Christian stream.
We even have the bells set up.
You're gonna come at us about the jazz thing?
Listen, that's on you. I still hope you got a good present on Christmas, though.
We're past that. I feel like you would have gotten your presents already, you know?
One of these days, you're gonna have to ask cameraman about jazz. Oh, geez, Louise. Right now, cameraman is just currently in the middle of quietly doing the whoop, 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 curly walk on the floor. But, like, you know, he has, like, perpetual balance because of the fucking sphere, so he's in a perfect, like, 360.
It's kind of incredible to see, to be fair. It's beautiful.
I mean, how do you think he's no longer such a fucking sloppy, fat, cold onion soup sweating piece of shit?
He didn't get anything for Christmas.
I mean, he didn't give us anything for Christmas, though.
But, like, Santa didn't come give him anything.
Maybe... Does Santa consider cameraman a non-entity? Or, like, a persona non grata? Because, like, he's done good, so presumably he'd be on his, like, good list, right?
I don't know. Cameraman and Jesus hung out once.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
Yeah, but, like, Christians are fair game now, so...
I'm just... Like, as far as supernatural, like, beings go, he's, like, one step away from Santa.
Okay.
Like...
Then why...
You know, like...
Hey, Santa, I know you're busy today. You've got a lot of things, and NORAD is like, now we have Santa coming in 3 clicks above Alaska. I understand you've got to deal with that and switch
Merry
VPNs.
Christmas, Channel 5 Action News.
Channel 5 Action News coming in live. Feliz Navidad. Thanks for chiming on in, dude. What's going on? I hope today finds you and yours in peace, quiet, health, blessings, and the delightful things. Especially the small, delightful things, because you can't argue about the little things, really.
Well, that's the thing, Nuclear. I'm not, like, that's my only confusion here is, like, by proxy, like, it's like if you're a homie who knows your homie, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, imagine you always see this dude when they hang out, and then, like, you pull through to a party, and you're just like, fuck that guy.
Right.
But it's Santa, so, like, Santa is obligated to either hook everybody up,
Right.
or cold them up, you know what I mean? He didn't get anything.
We don't know Cameraman's cold game, and we don't know Santa's cold game either.
I'm just saying he didn't get shit.
Right.
Like, if,
like a persona non grata.
like,
right?
I would assume he was gonna get cold. He's a dick.
He's a good dude, though.
He's a dick.
No one's perfect.
Right, but that's Cole, like, you know what I'm
That's
saying? He's also not Christian.
all right, but even non-Christians get presents on Christmas. Hey, chat. Do non-Christian children get presents from Santa on Christmas?
Yes, because I am seeing a Jewish person and they get Santa gifts. To be fair, he was raised in like a multi-religious household, so, you know, it's one of those things.
Is there a menorah there when you go over?
There was when it was applicable, like during Hanukkah,
Right.
and then it's gone.
Okay.
And now there's a Christmas tree with a dildo for a star, which is kind of funny.
It's a Chrimbus tree.
Kind of.
Deal. All right.
The dildo really throws it.
So
I
chat,
think it's funny.
Chat, let us find out. So Channel 5 Action News is up. I'm eating apple crumble waiting for family friends to arrive. All is well this Christmas on this end. Hope you and yours are well too. Yes. Ladies and jerks, Channel 5 Action News is currently boots on the ground and trying to be merry this year. He did not come by to talk shit, he came by to be merry. So thank you for being you, Channel 5 Action News.
Well, it's very, we said it, you come by, you be merry. Today is not a talk shit day.
No.
We're gonna talk shit.
Yes. So just come by and be merry. Come on down. You're
right.
the next contestant on The Price is Right. If you count Catholics as non-Christians, I would say no, they get diabetes at the least. Says the man eating apple crumble by the handful, alright?
No, it's different people. They just both have grayed out.
Oh, everyone has the same fucking color? This is no good because on
because-
Twitch chat, everyone has different colors.
No. They're different. Look, see, Muzan's got his stupid little devil thing.
Oh, okay.
It's just these two. How's your Christmas tree? We spent $60 on a tree. It's not even 5 feet tall. I opted not to get one this year. For various reasons. I like getting actual trees. I don't like the whole plastic tree thing. I know a lot of people have them now just because they're like environmentally friendly and you can pack them away. So, yeah, I didn't have one this year. Didn't do much celebrating either, personally.
It was mostly among and between people you had known or I had known, like in person, where the Merry Christmas.
You know what
Happy
New York
Holidays.
got for Christmas?
Chinese lung herpes.
Yeah, COVID.
That's what New York City got for Christmas. Chinese lung herpes. Me Chinese, me do joke, me do cough in your coke. Kool-Aider gave me money.
Did he give you money? They sing a really stupid song.
It had been, listen, look at what you made him do to me. You, the fucking
Yeah, nothing beats the innocent.
non-complicit solicitor.
Here's the thing with us. I have cats, and my favorite part of having an actual Christmas tree is having like shatterproof ornaments, because like you learn very early on having pets not to have like breakable ornaments.
Right.
And watching cats, like the smell of the pine with the bright lights and all the jingly bits, the cats just jump into the tree and then they get stuck in it. And it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. Just seeing a cat stuck in a tree, trying to get ornaments and lights, and then they freak the fuck out. And as long as everything's like, you know, not breakable, as long as it's all like safe for not breaking, oh god, it's hilarious. They freak the fuck out. They don't know how it happened. They're all confused. None of that this year.
Okay, so no tree.
No, but I like having a tree. I think if you're gonna have a tree, you might as well have a real tree.
Okay.
Realistically,
I have no tree either.
I helped set up a tree this year.
Really?
Yes. The previously mentioned dildo tree.
Ah,
And by
okay.
help set up, I was asked to come help set up, and then was handed whiskey and told to sit and watch. Which I did. Very, very proficiently.
Sip whiskey and watch.
Which was me helping set up the tree.
Touche.
According to them. So I helped set up a tree this year.
By drinking whiskey and watch.
Apparently. Which was nice. It was pleasant. Hello, bot. I think.
Is that the second bot to show up tonight?
It's another bot, but you know what? Bots are viewers too. And I'm not interested in trying to figure out how to...
Now, what is it? Sister 19IOI online. Now, what is it, like Sister Act? Is this going to be like a Whoopi Goldberg cameo that you're trying to pitch me low-key?
It's threatening us.
What's going on? Are you threatening me?
That night I set that tree up. We had a nice long conversation about the moral implications of growing meat based off of your own cells and whether or not it's cannibalism to eat your own steak.
Proverbially, yes. Literally, maybe not.
I say no.
Really?
Hard no.
Dang, you didn't see that.
I saw that. What do y'all think?
Wait, what kind of meat are we talking about? Hold on.
I'm not clicking shit, dude. We're talking about if you took cells from yourself, right, and then cloned them into meat. So, like, I don't know, maybe you're a I want to eat my own butt kind of guy. Or, like, maybe you think your pectoral muscle is, like, the way to go. But, like, a steak made of your own cells cloned and grown in a lab. Is it cannibalism?
I'm gonna have to go with,
It was never a living human.
in a roundabout way,
It's
is.
your own cells.
But then it's... Maybe I'm biased because there's an album by Mastodon called Blood Mountain. Alright? And towards the end of the album, the main character is hallucinating because of hunger, and then he just fucking self-cannibalizes and eats his own flesh. And then he thinks the Aurora Borealis is like God telling him to keep going forward and keep fighting. And he does so. And then the very final track of the album is called Pendulous Skin. The whole point of the album is this, alright, this guy's just going to go look for the crystal skull. And when you wear the crystal skull, it moves the brain to the next point of evolution, you know, from what is past the reptile brain. So he just fucking ruins and destroys, and it's the most horrific thing ever. All right.
Actually, we got two questions here. Well, I'm gonna field the cannibalism one because we're
Then-
there first.
Then at the very end, final track is called Pendulous Skin, and it's just this sad, mournful, acoustic-only song. So anyways, Short-Term Gains by Monox is trying to argue that eating lab meat will somehow help him climb the mountain. I find this mildly faulty.
No, that's not what I said. Point was, you're eating
Is it cannibalism?
a lab-grown piece of meat grown from your own flesh.
But it's part of you, though.
Yeah. And it was never alive.
Okay, so you're not harvesting it from some, like, you know, clone of you, right?
No.
You're just getting,
It's grown into a piece of meat that you eat.
like, oh.
So, Orbitas says, do you see cannibalism purely as eating the same flesh as you, or the act of ending a life and consuming the vessel?
Oh, no, just eating any living human being, whether you fucking kill them or not. Like, I imagine, you know, there are some people who are like, delicious.
So-
Kuru is funny. And,
My
like, when they're
argument-
freaking out, and
my
then they're
argument
bleeding
to
out
that
again,
is-
they take another bite.
My argument to that is,
What if they like the PCP?
just because it was grown from human DNA does not make it human. It wasn't ever a living thing.
Okay.
It's not human. It is human meat, in essence.
Oh, are you trying to pitch me some "this doesn't have a soul, it's just lifeless meat" argument?
Sure. Because if the argument is that, like, well, you ate a human, did I, though?
Chat. Monoxus were to eat that, is he eating a human?
First of all, I didn't eat a person. I ate a piece of meat that was grown in a lab that was made of my own cells.
Okay. You know what this tells me? Somewhere in Monoxus's refrigerator is a Coleman cooler with a couple of slabs of like thigh, rib, and who knows, maybe like back and shoulder meat.
I like that. Bortas, if I ate a plate of sliced or peeled warts, would that be cannibalism? No. No, it wouldn't.
Sliced or peeled wart. What kind of concoction are you making with this thing? Are you making like black magic in a cauldron? Or is it your own wart? Whose wart is it? No. I need some answers. Hey. Whose wart is this? How are you getting it? Are you getting it against their will? What's going on here? We didn't sign up for this. I need to know.
You're saying inorganically grown. It's not a living thing. Never was.
All right, but this is beyond my pay grade. I don't. I've got to tell something to legal.
Here's the thing: it's gonna come up with yes and no's, and that's That's why I was like, fun discussion. Does it count?
Oh boy.
Does it count?
I got to bring something to legal. Hold on. Pampage
my
Buon
fingernails.
Natale. Hey, listen. Hopefully he is having a lovely and delightful Christmas. All right, because he's currently got a case of the Chinese lung herpes. Hello, person on Monoxus's phone. We're on the Interbutts right now. What's up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me on the phones? Can you hear me on the future phones and the screens? What's going on? What's going on, ladies and jerks? No. I'm not against fingernail eating if you are on a desert island, however. I eat my fingernails and
does that make them a cannibal?
From my hands sometimes.
But does eating fingernails make you a cannibal?
I don't think it. Fingernails, no, because it's not flesh. It's just fucking calcium deposits growing out of your fucking body. Like, it's not
Part of your body.
flesh. It's not flesh.
Sure.
There's no nerve endings. I mean, up to a point, there's no nerve endings. There's no bodily fluid. It's not attached to...
And that piece of meat that I grew in a lab didn't have any bodily fluid in it, nor was it attached to any nerve endings because there's no spinal column.
No. But to be a proper like piece of meat, it would need like the right pH balance of like water in the body before it was cut up and quartered, right?
Like, that's the thing. That's what these lab grown meats are. There is no growing it in a body. It's just replicating cells until it makes the structure of the muscle tissue. And that's it. There was never any nerves. There was never any fluid exchanged into it, other than whatever is required to make it grow, which again is all lab made. It's not like they need your blood to do it.
Okay.
It's not attached to a spinal column. It's not attached to a brain. Ever. It never even is human. Do you see why I'm like, debatable?
The Coleman cooler in his refrigerator calls harder and harder with each 15 minutes that go by. Eventually, he's going to be trying to sell me a liver and 2 kidneys. Watch.
You're going to enjoy that liver when you need one, and we can grow it in a lab. Maybe not for dinner, but you're going to enjoy it.
He's going to fucking get lab cooked up liver and cook it up with onion, and it's going to taste delicious, and he's going to rub it in my face.
Do you need me to get somebody to bring you a nice calzone?
Do you need someone to get you a nice calzone tampage? You have to let him know. So, ladies and jerks.
Ooh, I got a question for Chad, even though no one actually paid me points to ask it. What are you drinking tonight? And if you're not drinking, why?
Ooh, excellent point. And if you're not drinking, why?
If you are spending channel points, forgive us. Restream is a new thing to us. I'm not sure how it works.
So don't worry, we have not missed anyone's channel stream headbutt through the TCP/IP connection.
Don't listen to him, salient greatest people. Listen, I'm just going to put it out there. I need a steak of myself.
I'm drinking water, but I'm doing pills, so it balances everything.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kool-Aid, are you on them Left for Dead pills, or it's like grabbing pills here, and then you fight zombies for like maybe a brief,
What did
memorable
we not drink?
20
Thing at
to
the bottom?
25 second. Oh, that is the very bottom. We've never touched that.
Oh, this is gonna be gross.
Yes, very gross.
Why would you even buy these?
It was there.
This is disgusting.
You didn't. Fine, I'm gonna have one too. I'll
In
put,
fact,
I didn't even open this. I'm gonna put it back.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I would eat the steak of another person.
Well, where's the steak being cut? Just curious.
Grown in a lab.
That is.
I wouldn't eat a steak cut from a human body.
Well, then why would you want to eat a steak cut in a lab?
It wasn't cut. It was grown.
Why would you want to eat a steak grown and cut in a lab?
Because I think human would probably be fun to eat.
But it's not. Then what's stopping you from eating actual human?
I have to kill them.
Why? You could subcontract people for that in the dark web.
Or I can grow in a lab. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's a lot easier.
Depends what you like.
I mean, I can do it on the internet right now.
Says you.
I can. I know the place to do it. I hooked up a friend of mine with the location. It just takes a very long time, but it gets done.
Nice try, FBI. Ah. All right.
Would lab-grown meat still make your brain fucked up? The thing with prion diseases is they're from the brain tissue. You just don't eat the brain. In
right.
fact, you shouldn't eat the brain of any living thing. All creatures, I think, can carry prions.
Even though that
so just don't eat brains. And
that
you're fine.
Indiana Jones movie lied to you and all of us with the fucking monkey eating brain scene. Remember that. Stop and think how many times anchovies were depicted
Nuclear,
as a less
hold
than
on.
desirable
Even if it was
topping on
offered from the
pizzas.
person offering it. If they were like, I will cut myself up and give you meat, I'd be like, chill. But if they were like, yo, I had knee steaks grown. Do you want to try some? I'd be like, yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I know somebody who ate someone's nipples.
What was it like?
Crunchy. They fried them,
Oh.
I think. No. The first time it was just cut off and then eaten. And they taste salty.
Maybe.
No, confirmed. Salty.
It was consensual, though.
No, yeah. They removed their nipples and then they ate their nipples. The two parties were both in agreement.
None of you are lawyers, are you? None of you? Just chime in if you are.
I think it's cool. Weird, but cool.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, are they in, like, super crazy, fucked up, like, unjustifiable eternal love with one another?
Probably not. But they were both down.
But
And that is consent on both sides.
in the most literal sense of the term, and in the grandest scale, they now carry something of one another, I suppose.
It's kind of like when you take someone's virginity, and even though you don't actually stay with that person, but for the rest of their life, no matter what they do, you did that, and vice versa, right?
Right.
Except you ate their nipples, which they no longer have and can't get back because you digested them.
You put them out! You put them out!
They're just gone.
Oh, no!
Which is fucking crazy, but cool.
Oh, no. Why would you... How does that even... Okay, because that's a weird thing to sell to someone, and then it's an even weirder thing to field.
I'm not gonna try and sell it. I didn't ask questions. I just was like,
How
that's
did
a
they...
thing.
Did they meet one another by the internet?
I don't know the details. I know them. I know it happened, and I went, oh.
Oh.
And I was like, and you ate, yes, and you cut them off, yes. Cool.
They're not like... Because when I hear things like that, I picture them in my mind that, like, the two people involved, one of them is making race cars out of his own poop, and he's putting out cigars in his genitalia, and he's going
Nope.
with the poop cars because, the nipples.
Joke's on you.
What is he, like a Fortune 500 accountant or something?
No, really expert chef. Amazing green thumb, works on farms. Good landscaper. Tattoo artist.
Raises more questions than answers.
Like really skilled across the board.
Yeah. Especially for human trafficking syndicates, right? I'm sure he's great.
I mean,
at that.
there's making a lot of stuff.
I'm sure he's great like that.
Yeah, solid, across the board.
Okay.
But in this instance, was like, I don't want these.
So he's the one that said, I don't want these.
Yes,
So who ate them?
the other person.
What do you know about this other person? Are they a diaper for fetishist? Can they only achieve an erection by watching a newborn being lowered into a deep fryer?
Right now,
Can they only climax if they're pelted with like 3-day-old pastries covered in saran wrap while people yodel like national anthems to them?
I cannot confirm nor deny any of that, but from what I know of them, they're both pretty grounded and doing well in general.
Okay.
But they bond over there's like the same kinks and the same, behind the scenes stuff. But at one point, one was like, I don't like having nipples. And they're like, you should get rid of them. And they were like, I think I will. And now they don't have nipples.
And that's the way it goes, folks. I'm Stained Haynes at 718 TV. He's Monoxus. And if you're watching here,
you can cut your nipples off
live.
And survive.
Listen, here at twitch.tv/Monoxus, we're replacing the Yuletide log fire you don't have at home. Now, Monoxus knows people who, are into the kind of things that might raise some eyebrows on an airplane, I suppose, if you're to speak of them out loud. However, if you cut your nipples off and you feed it to someone, you'll live, according to Monoxus. So you heard it here first, folks. So I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy, magnificent Christmas. Even if you are tweeting from the back of a car while waiting to hold up some sort of unnecessarily difficult job in where you're holding people against their will in a deli that happens to be open on Christmas. All right?
Chrimbus!
And you're not only taking the money in the vault and the money in the shoebox underneath the table in the basement, but you're also taking, prosciutto, gabagool, that's provolone. Some people are just animals like that.
You hear about the brothers that traded an arm for fingertips?
Even if you're in the backseat of a car waiting for this to pan out and you're watching this, thank you.
I heard about the German guy who fielded people to let him eat them and actually found a guy who was like, I've always wanted to be eaten. And then when he was like murdering him, had second thoughts. But died anyway and then was eaten. But he had like contracts, like
from Germany.
Yeah, it was like, no, like you signed the thing that said like I can kill and eat you. But he thought it was like apparently the guy thought it was like a kink, like I'm gonna eat you, and it was like, no, I'm gonna kill and eat you.
Oh, Germany. When will you stop with the, I mean, and in fact, I stole this from you, as a matter of fact. Maybe Germany can be forgiven for you-know-what, because all the real Nazis seem to be living in America. Yes!
Apparently.
You are correct, sir.
Apparently we're the Nazis now.
Wow. Listen, sometimes the truth is the strangest thing a 911 dispatcher can hear. Right?
That's not good.
So have you... listen, he's bitching and complaining about this.
This is really not good.
I'm fine. I am an uncultured slob, so please excuse me. You ever hear about the brothers that traded an arm for the fingertips, or the other brothers? Guy has 3 arms and other guy has 3 knuckles on each finger on one hand. No nuclear family. What profound local legend is this? Who exists as some sort of pseudo modern day cryptid somewhere, perhaps in the American Midwest or the Pacific Northwest. You don't find mutants like that on the Eastern Seaboard or in Dixie. I am curious. So I'm just saying.
You want more talk about this kind of stuff? I mean, I kind of just flowed into it because it kind of happened naturally during my last Christmas thing. I don't know.
You're the one who wants to eat human flank with bacon and cheese.
I didn't say bacon and cheese.
How do you... Okay.
Put words in my mouth.
Okay. So let's say you have some human thigh. Is that what you're looking for? Human thigh? You want butt cheek? What do you want?
I think butt, but not like fatty, like lean butt.
Oh, you mean you want someone who does squat thrusts?
Yes. Well,
you want someone who jogs?
They're called glute bridges or squats.
Oh, you mean when they're on the floor and they do the thing and they do... Yeah.
But they should also...
Do donkey kicks work?
What the fuck are donkey kicks?
I mean, that was just... you can look it up on your phone.
I mean, like exercise-wise.
You're on all fours, but on your knees, and you kick backwards.
Oh, yeah. That's what that's called? Yeah, that works.
Right.
But most people are working their, like, glute mid, glute major, and they're not, like, focusing on their hip flexors.
Really?
Or their abductors and adductors. So their hips suffer for that.
Oh, so...
Or they don't engage their glutes in general. That fireplace makes you look like they're the size of a guinea pig. That fireplace, right there.
Oh, well, I mean, if you could tell. Oh no, I'm in the fireplace. Ah, oh no. Here's a sacred item. Don't worry, alright, Tampage. Everything is just fine.
Yeah, dude, it's a giant fireplace. It's a huge Yule log in the background.
Reminder, if you have a Yuletide log burning somewhere in your home and you're playing this at the same time, they will not cancel out. You're not going to be safe.
No one's burning a fucking log right now.
You're not going to make it. I'm really sorry you have to hear this from me. Alright? There are people right now burning logs.
No one in this chat is burning logs.
There are people out there, I know for a fact.
No, yes, but there is no one in this chat burning a log.
No, but eventually, but one of them watching is.
AVH says drink up, which I assume means
Alright, AVH.
AVH redeems
Did
something.
you redeem hydrate? Because we cannot see.
Yeah, we got some hydrates.
Oh boy, and Tampage had redeemed some hydrate as well. You're gonna have to excuse us, AVH. Merry Christmas, by the way. A happy Chrimbus. Feliz Navidad. And we cannot see the individual chat point contributions because we are streaming both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So technical difficulties, you're here already. All right.
No technical difficulties, we're fine. Just gotta figure out how to get the channel point alert.
I have no cup, so I'm very sorry. I'm gonna have to. You know, I'll just take from your bottle. I don't have cookies. All right.
You have? I don't know. You don't have the coop.
Fine.
There's a lot of coop going around.
Fine. God damn it. I'll get water later. You see what you've done, AVH?
You're not drinking from my bottle, you and your goddamn coop.
And he's already assuming that I have Chinese lung herpes. Horrible. Manifest.
Seems a negative test from you.
Okay, fair enough. He's not wrong.
So until
How do I know you don't have it, huh?
I got a negative test a couple of days ago. Alright?
Well, yeah, well, what's to stop me from forging a Chinese lung herpes test paper, huh?
You know who's hydrating?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There were 2 hydrates, sir.
Yeah. We'll get to your hydrates.
Someone's not doing what Chad asked him to. That's rude of you. It's Christmas.
I have no glass. I'm very sorry.
They ask so little of you.
Hey, you've substituted water for booze before, and you never got crucified like you're on trial for fucking spitting in the face of Pontius Pilate.
Nuh-uh. That's never happened. Not once. Not once.
So, ladies and jerks, thank you for coming on by. We're really glad that we are the apt substitute for a Yuletide log that is being burned. Now, we know you don't have one. That's part of the reason why we're here. And we are the replacement for that. So thank you. I hope we send goodwill and things through the screen and around wherever it is we're broadcasting from and to you. Alright?
And how come everybody wants to hang out?
Huh?
How come everyone wants to hang out around Christmas? 717 TV is COVID-19 orthorexia variant. I don't know who 717 TV is. They sound like a bunch of losers, though.
717 TV sounds like a bunch of
Bratman 19.
turtleneck wearing, ponytail having vegans that are looking for a good time. Bratman 19? Look at what you've started. Alright. So, ladies and jerks.
I got me my natural immunity. I got a fake jab, and I got sick once. That counts.
How long ago did you get sick, huh?
But early, super early.
Yeah, I got sick super early. I remember there
Like
was
month 1.
there was a
I got like classic COVID. I got like COVID Gen 1.
You mean like red blue COVID?
Like I got first iteration COVID.
Late 2019, January 2020, I was down and out for like a week and a half. And there was like a 3-day period where I was just coughing all the time. And I was coughing up like shit that looked like escargot. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I would just wake up coughing. And it was really fucking terrible. And then a few days later, it went away. Around that time, there were people around me who got sick.
COVID will
Who,
cost extra soon.
under normal circumstances, do not get sick. And they were getting sick. And that was incredibly
Listen,
worrying.
apparently original strain classic red and blue COVID is
Classic COVID will cost extra.
is the strongest version of COVID. So, I mean, as far as immunity
Alright.
goes, like, I got that red blue COVID. Y'all on what? Are we on like 4 or 5?
We're on like Diamond.
Right? Are we on Diamond?
We're on like Diamond.
Right? Yeah, we're on Diamond version. Jeez.
Gentrifying my COVID. You see? Listen, there's no war like class war, even though like Tampage is slowly fighting the undercurrent of Chinese lung herpes.
Fuck, I like. Can we just start calling COVID by its Pokemon color?
No. You mean what, red, blue?
Well, I mean, like, if we're on 4th generation COVID, it is technically the Diamond.
So
and
you're
Pearl
just gonna be like, yo, diamond COVID, red, blue COVID,
gold
gold
silver
COVID,
COVID,
yellow
ruby,
COVID.
sapphire COVID. Yeah.
I
I think the next one is black and white COVID.
Yellow COVID was that cool, sleek COVID where it was like February to May before George Floyd happened, and it was just like, you know, Chinese lung herpes ruining everything, but quiet and low key. So yellow COVID, that's going to be the most popular, sought out COVID.
Yeah,
right?
it's the version of COVID that everybody kind of had right after red and blue, but like, you know, it's the one that filled the hospitals up, and it's the one that made us like, it's the one that made ventilators scarce. Like, it was the real COVID.
Yeah.
Like classic, fucked up COVID.
And from there, the TikTok nurses and all those good things.
That was like silver gold COVID though.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? And then we got vaccines rolled out, and then all of a sudden we had this new variant. We had that ruby sapphire. And now we're on golden or diamond and pearl.
You're right. So how many more do we have left?
There's 8 generations of Pokemon. So if COVID's following Pokemon and being a biter, we've got at least 4 more generations.
Aye.
But it starts to fall off after diamond and pearl.
Yeah, but fall off how? Are you saying so you're saying there's a chance?
So I'm saying that like Pokemon fell off after Gen 4 and got like balls, and then came back stronger later. So we're gonna have a huge dip in like super weak COVIDs, right? And then we're gonna have a resurgence of like good COVIDs.
Oh, you mean like...
When they re-release Diamond and Pearl.
So you mean them good old COVIDs where like soccer players just collapse on the field because reasons? Like that kind of good?
Yeah, so like we're gonna get like the black and the black and white 2 versions of COVID, and then you're gonna get like X and Y COVIDs.
Right.
And then somewhere in the line you're gonna get some like Sword and Shield COVID that everyone's gonna hate. No one's gonna talk about Sun and Moon, even though it's gonna be really, really good. Like, it's gonna fuck people up. Like, Sun and Moon COVID's gonna kill people, but everyone's gonna pretend it didn't happen. And then they're gonna re-release.
Because of their ego? Why?
Just because everyone forgot about Pokemon for a while, so they're gonna forget about COVID. And then, like, Sun and Moon's gonna kick everyone's ass. Sword and Shield COVID's gonna suck. But everyone's still gonna get it, even though it's not good.
Okay, so...
And they're gonna re-release Diamond and Pearl COVID. And it's gonna be just as good as it was originally, but not have as big of an audience.
So, ladies and jerks, Monoxys is storyboarding the inevitable Chinese lung herpes campaign that will carry out from now to 2025.
Merry Christmas, Ochiang.
Ooh.
Thanks for popping in.
Ochiang, Feliz Navidad. Thank you.
We're talking about how COVID's gonna have Pokemon variants, and
well,
I'm all on board of calling this version of COVID Diamond and Pearl.
We have 4 more left until it's over, right?
I heard a chime.
Uh-oh.
I heard a chime. Oh, Chiang, gifting a tier 1 sub to Orbitos. Thank you very much.
Ochiang, you kind, thoughtful jerk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
May the Chrimbus gremlin not shit on your doorstep tonight.
Oh, there we go. It popped up. It's a little bit of a delay on our screen.
Well,
But yeah, so now I'm pretty I am now committed just to call this variant of COVID, the Diamond and Pearl version.
Are we still... No, but you're still calling it COVID, even though it's Chinese lung herpes.
COVID Diamond and Pearl.
Right. It's still Chinese lung herpes to me.
Sure.
Me Chinese, me do joke, me do pee-pee, and your Coke. Like, you know, that's still valid.
What was the response to that? There's an actual, like, retort to that dumb thing, but, like,
Is there now?
There is one, yeah.
By the way, fun fact, I remember on an earlier stream, I was like, who's the name of the guy that played Barry the Baptist in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? And his nickname was the Governor, and he just fought people hand to hand, and he...
No one
can ever...
No
So
one
anyways,
is governor shit. You do this every time.
No. I still don't know his name, alright? But still, if you could help me fill in this gap, always feel free to jump on in.
No governor. We're not talking about the governor.
Alright? There's no talking about, oi mate, you got the blimey and the what and the...
Coolier said he's going into lurk mode. If he doesn't come back, you know, Feliz Navidad and all that.
Kool-Aider, Feliz Navidad, Buenas noches. So chime on, if you can, chances are you'll be on the floor listening to
He's gonna have in
Freebird.
the background, though, which is good.
No,
because-
he's going to be listening to Freebird on the floor, drunk, which is where I wish I could be some days.
I mean, hold on. We can make this very family friendly. Like, check this out, right? Like, see that?
And turn this into a Freebird stream.
No, look. All right, we just turn that off. No, just turn off all this stuff. Look, now you just have it in the background.
We could do that. Chat, would you be angry? Let us know.
Nah. No, we're not doing that. So we could do it. I didn't say we're gonna do
No, leave it there for a few minutes.
it. Fireplace classic.
Listen, leave it there for a few minutes. Come on.
And I don't really feel like it.
Ay, ay, ay. What you do to this jerk when you give him a taste of power, suddenly he's clicking his way in and out of multiverses.
You act like we weren't just here the whole time. Uh-oh. I don't remember which one. Where are we?
If he closes the wrong one, we die. Ah. So what's this nonsense, huh?
I gotta remember which one we are, because we're restreamed. That's the thing.
Mm.
Here, scheme behind our backs. I mean, yeah, we could. Uh-oh. Things popped up in the background.
So, ladies and jerks, we don't have any idea where or what corner of the earth you are enjoying Jesus' birthday on right today. Like,
We have a decent idea.
I mean, December 25th.
I mean, like, where? I mean, where?
Right. I mean, some of them, if not more of them, are Merkins.
Like, I know where AFDH is.
Right. Oh, well, no, he's currently super top secret and undercover mission, doing things for who knows who, like that song "Wanted Man" by Johnny Cash.
AFDH is not doing Germany and Indonesia things?
He totally isn't. No, sir. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
So it's Germany.
Maybe.
So still in Germany.
I don't know.
So AFDH hasn't gone home.
You're sounding like a Austrian provocateur right now.
Is what can green?
What is up with Austrians talking mad shit? Can you help us out, chat?
What can? What is what can green?
Yes, that can is
What can? I
it
don't
is
see a
light.
can.
It is light green.
What can?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not holding a can.
Oh, you mean this? You mean this? Is this what you're talking about?
I don't see a can.
I like how the music suddenly turned into like the menu music for a 90s PC game.
Listen, I just put on a fucking Christmas playlist so we can hang out. Don't ask me. I didn't make it, alright?
Never met one. Can't help ya. Alright, Orbidos, you win this round, you fucking thoughtful, considerate jerk, you. I'm currently in Germany to destabilize the country. That's right. So right now, AMDH is making all of the German people Einstein their ways into self-destruction.
I don't think Germany needs help doing that.
Yuri was right about demoralization, and AMDH is serving it up in spades.
I
That's
feel
what
like
he's doing.
Germany's going to destabilize itself just fine.
I think East Germany might have a chance of surviving longer than West Germany just because they were used to terrible, fucked up conditions. And blood memory will help them, God forbid something terrible happens.
What about, what is it? West Taiwan, is it?
Oh yeah, those, the CHINX, because, because there's more than just Han.
And
people.
the, what is it? The East,
West Taiwan is like filled with Han people, but they mog all the other races, so we call them chinks.
What was the place that Russia wants to take back?
Ukraine?
So East Ukraine is what we're calling that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
CHINX. Can someone type that in?
Hold on. We gotta follow. I gotta confirm that.
Ooh.
That's right.
Thank you for doing your part.
Vovozana Atrofada. Thank you.
Vovozona Atralahada? You're gonna have to help us out. Exactly how do we describe that? Sir, ma'am, it, talking cacti, potato chip bag, hunk of tofu.
Or down. I'm gonna call you Vovo.
Vovozona. Alright, I'm gonna guess, is Vovozona some sort of like organ trafficker from a favela in Brazil? What's going on at Vovozona?
I feel like Vovo is the right way to go.
Hey, what's up, Vovozona? Hey, Vovozona, is it true that every year in Brazil, if you don't sacrifice someone to Sambazilla, you don't get fucking Carnival? Let me know.
How would they know?
I'm just, is he Brazilian? Is he Portuguese? Who or what is Vovozona? I would like to know.
Again, Vovo seems a lot easier, but anyway, yeah.
What if there is another Vovo and it's like Vovo 383? It's all like
Brazil. There you go.
You see? I told you. All right.
Listen, I'm an uncultured American. I don't, you're the one with the ethnic background.
My mother is Ecuadorian, my father is Greek. Y porque eso, yo hablo español. Con un acento americano, claro que sí, pero yo hablo español. Pero usted habla portugués. Eso es diferente de español. Pero es posible por nosotros a mantener 60, 80% de subtítulos a que estamos hablando. Porque los dos. Por ejemplo, Portuguese is kind of like if Spanish and French had a baby. That's what Portuguese is.
So do that again, but in English.
No. That's just for, Vovozona.
Right, but you could do it for English speakers too.
I could.
This-
So, by virtue of speaking Spanish and he speaks Portuguese, there is roughly from 70 to 80% subtitles in terms of what it is we're discussing, despite these language barriers, okay? And on top of that, Portuguese sounds like if French and Spanish had a baby and peed on it.
See? Wasn't so hard.
All right?
Wasn't so
Happy?
hard. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Hope you're.
I don't like you alienating our English-speaking audience. All right?
Not everyone presses 2 for Spanish, I understand.
Yeah. And sometimes those people get aggressively offended.
I think they aggressively misunderstand sometimes.
I don't think it's misunderstanding. I think they're just mad that you speak Spanish.
Un poco furioso porque está hablando español.
Not in English.
They're a little bit angry because I'm speaking Spanish. all right, fine.
Oh, this is great. I like it.
So, obrigado versus gracias. Oh no, watch out! The fucking derelict of dialects are gonna have to fight vale tudo.
I like the mystery of the foreign tongue.
I like how, I bet you Orbitas is exists in some island away from everything, so everything is exotica to him. Everything outside of the island of Orbitas is just exotica, of women wearing fucking grass skirts,
So bad.
getting shit-faced on fermented coconut. That is the entire outside world to Orbitas.
Yeah, since coded messages to Brazilian militias. I hope to God not.
Oh no! I listen. I don't have anything to do with what happens in favelas. You're gonna have to speak to Mr. Vovozona, who may or may not be making deals with crooked cops. All right? And I don't know. Everyone has their price, and Vovozona is here to fucking, move like silence, like lasagna. All right? Lasagna moves in silence, like real G's.
Yeah.
That's a lyric. You could look it up.
We get the joke. It's not good music writing.
Oh no, but it is now enshrined in stone. All right.
It's not, though.
You know how there's that one ASL translator for New York 1? Yes, exactly, Tampage. You guys should just loop them in the course. I wish. Although then we would be obligated to have the weather and the temperature, and we're just going to be lying, so that would not be very good, actually. Hey, AFDH, guess what? That's right.
There's some jingly bells.
Hold on. Want to see something? Okay. Okay, it does. It makes sense. Watch him kill me with these bells 23 minutes from now.
Oh yeah, I mean, they are definitely in the physical space.
Hey, real quickly, AFDH, there's a video called Jungle All the Way, which is a jungle music remix of Jingle All the Way, that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where Phil Hartman plays the guy trying to fuck his wife.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he's like, these cookies are so good! And Arnold is like, put the cookie down! And he loops both of them, and it becomes this excellent and it's pretty ridiculous. So Jungle All the Way, brought to you by AFDH, who's triggering ancient blood internet memory.
Since you bring up Jingle All the Way in Christmas movies, I think a pretty decent topic of discussion would be
Donnie Brasco is a Christmas movie, by the way.
what defines a Christmas movie?
If it has a Christmas scene in it.
Really? Just if it has a scene
Oh,
during
that's
Christmas.
according to me. Everyone could go to hell. I don't give a shit.
That's where you draw the line?
They could go lay down and die. They could go bleed out in the ditch and cry for whatever loved one they like the most.
So if a movie has even a single scene during Christmas.
Yeah, Donnie Brasco's a Christmas. Hell, fucking My Cousin Vinny, Christmas Sweaters. Boom, it's a Christmas movie. Let's get over with this. Why are people talking about this? There's no meaningful, logical, rational, coherent reason why people are expending mental real estate space to this bullshit. We could be moving onward and upward, but we're still talking about Chrimbus movies. All right? Anything with Christmas is a Christmas movie. Let's move on. That's it. That's it. That's it. We don't have to have this conversation every year. We can move on and talk about more pressing things.
Like
how a third of the people who go hungry in America are children every night.
how's that more pressing?
The world is lacking ska.
How's that more pressing?
Nu metal will only come back in small waves, but never accepted by the mainstream, but have an enduring saga and legacy for decades.
See, I feel like we have a different way of identifying what is pressing and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, pressing is
AIDS. AIDS is pretty pressing.
not for me.
Oh,
I don't have AIDS.
okay, touche.
The same way I don't care about new metal. Ska could just disappear off the face of the earth,
All right.
and I would be unfazed.
Now, chat.
And starving
what is
children.
important to you?
Geez, starving children. We need less of them.
Well, I mean, why don't you have them Thunderdome for rations?
It's kind of interesting how the problem solves itself.
That's one way of putting it.
Now, Christmas movies debates, I have to deal with
Well,
because everyone thinks that one is better than the other.
oh no. All it is qualifying if it's a Christmas movie. It doesn't. Why should it? Okay, fine. A bad Christmas movie is still a Christmas movie.
Sure. Yeah.
So, like,
So do you think that I don't know? You said like
Donnie Brasco?
you think that's on the same page as like Jingle All the Way?
No, but
You think that like A Christmas Story?
no, but it
and
is
that
on the
movie
same.
on the
It is on the same page as.
Jingle 34th Street?
It is on the same page as Die Hard because it's incidentally Christmas.
But Die Hard takes place entirely around Christmas,
You may or
and
may
it's
not be
got
wrong.
Christmas jokes in it.
All right.
Thematically, Christmas is part of the film. Could you replace Christmas with another holiday? Yes, but that's not the universe.
That would be the weirdest movie ever, like Die Hard, and it's like, Easter instead of Christmas.
Just saying, it's part of the identity of the movie.
Right.
Or what you're saying is like a scene can define the movie
Okay, yes.
versus the identity of the film being around the holiday.
I just feel we should move on from what is and what isn't a holiday movie at this point. We have to.
I think we don't have a definitive answer.
There are more pressing matters.
Yeah, I get it. The kids who are starving, who we need to let starve, so we have less starving children.
So, and we could agree that Donnie Brasco is a Christmas movie.
No.
All right.
One, because I've never seen Donnie Brasco.
That's a you problem.
Two, because it's only centered in Christmas, apparently in one scene, which may mean that the runtime of that movie has 30 seconds of Christmas in it, and you're calling it a Christmas movie.
More like 2.5 minutes.
And you're calling it a Christmas movie.
Of course.
No. Iron Man 3 is more a Christmas movie than that is. Because Iron Man 3 takes place around the holiday, and the holiday is part of the movie.
Hey, is there some firebrand on Twitter who's going to tweet that Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie and be first to market? That could be you. That's a freebie. Have fun, all right?
Talk about why Stan Ames doesn't like Christmas movies. Christmas movies raided his village, killed his father. Did we get Orthorexia Nervosa? Y'all gotta tell us these things.
Wait, did we get an Orthorexia Nervosa?
No, we were deemed talk about something that isn't Orthorexia Nervosa.
Uh-oh.
That says no
Why?
orthorexia.
Why I don't like Christmas, but I do like Christmas movies. What are you talking about, Tampage? No. I'm not here besmirching the holiday cinematic experience, nor am I saying they don't have a place in a time and day or in society, but even though I'm going to keep criticism to myself, and where if it's in the middle of January, you could watch How the Grinch Stole Kwanzaa, and like, guess what? It's July. It doesn't mean anything unless it's Kwanzaa. That's it. So, I feel the same way about Christmas.
But Frank Horrigan Jr. did redeem Talk About, and again, that's why you don't like Christmas movies.
I don't know. What proof and or argument do you have that I go out of my way to actively dislike Christmas movies? I want to know where the fuck you're coming from, buddy. All
I
right.
gotta reset the Yule log video.
I only have 5k points in Christmas, so there. Ooh. I thought. I don't know. Oh no.
You could give him a gift and read it anyway. How about that?
Okay. You know what? No.
It is Christmas.
I'm gonna meet him halfway. All right.
Only because it's Christmas.
Because it's Christmas. No.
If it wasn't Christmas, I'd be like, fuck you wasted your points.
Or it was his birthday.
No.
What if it was my birthday?
You'd have to spend your own points.
But I'm busy streaming with you here.
That's not my problem.
Okay. Now hang on.
But if he wants the orthorexia and he only spent 5k, it's Christmas. I'll allow it.
All right.
I'll allow it for Christmas.
Ladies and jerks, you might want to get comfortable. You might want to take it easy for a little bit. What?
Merry Crisis. That's pretty good.
All right. I'll allow it. We pull our AVHs, we pull our points, Tiny Tim. Ay. All right. Now hang on. Damn it.
Alright, Haynes, read the thing.
Hey, where the hell did my cigarettes go?
Up your butt.
I'll have to deal with it later. Oh wait, there it is.
Oh,
All right.
underneath the elf hat.
Oh, you mean this hat?
The keyed out hat.
Alright.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Now
Don't be spending points, goddammit! Stop! We already did it!
we are in the keyed hat mode.
Emily Harris! Voy, FYI. Who's Voy?
Emily Harris.
Do you know who a Voy is?
Emily Harris evidently
Stop spending points! You don't
is
need to
going.
do it!
I go. So, I mean, are you trying to stop Emily from going? I don't know what's going on. So, wait. AFDH, is Monoxus going to ask before or after I, do my thing?
No, he's spending points at pool for the fucking 10k, which I said you don't have to do. It's Christmas.
You don't?
Stop
Okay.
wasting your points. Thank you, I appreciate it, but we already were going to read it.
Okay, as long... Okay, alright.
So I'm going to let you redeem those after this stupid orthorexia nervosa read. So I have to ask you 2 questions.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be reading about orthorexia nervosa. If I were you, I would freshen your drink. I would stand up and stretch your shit out for a little bit if you're tall. Go to the bathroom. I'd go, readjust because we're going to be here for a little while. I want you to be here with us, all right? Okay, then. After on reading, Monoxus has to integrate the chat.
Yeah, I got it, alright? Ratman and 2 questions, yes. Now I need 2 decent questions.
Well, I'm sure you could think of something as you block out me talking about this for the 18th time in a row.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So, are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna get your.
Do I 2-part question them like a jerk?
Oh, I think you should ask hard-hitting questions.
You mean like, who's your favorite superhero and why is it Spider-Man?
Well, that's one question.
That's 2 questions.
Why are you gaming the system like this?
Because it's funny.
All right.
I mean,
Look at what you've done.
2 questions. That's 2 questions.
You have forced Monoxus's hand in such a manner that I was not able to account for. I just want the record to state. All right.
What? I'm not wrong.
Yeah, who is these days?
The correct answer is Spider-Man. Now I want to know why.
But I haven't. But it has to be after.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like in reference to that question. if your answer to who is your favorite superhero is anyone but Spider-Man, like I hate to say it, but like there's something wrong.
Okay. We'll get there.
Who are you gonna pick? Superman?
We can get there. We
What
can
happened?
get there.
Did somebody hurt you?
All right. Ladies and jerks,
Batman? Oh my God! What are you? 12?
if you're just tuning in right now, here at twitch.tv/Monoxus or youtube.com/718TV, Campage, aka Frank Horrigan Jr., hopefully you see in chat. And he has redeemed Twitch channel points. And in doing so, with the pooling of everyone's points a la Tiny Tim, you can thank A of the H, who is also on Twitch chat, helping this war effort. So now, I will be discussing orthorexia nervosa. So, are you ready, kids?
I'll get to that later, Nuclear, because I actually would. I don't think it's actually. I don't think I've ever canonically seen that fight, but it would be interesting.
Orthorexia nervosa is a fixation on righteous eating, first diagnosed by Colorado physician Dr. Stephen Bratman
Hold on.
in 1997. All right?
Hold on. Music's going up.
Nice. As it should. Bratman, all right? Just to let you all know, in 1997. The term is derived from the Greek word ortho, meaning straight and correct, and refers to a psychological syndrome where one's food choices grow progressively narrower over the time under the auspices of... Come on, guess. It's health. When vegetarians learn there's an even more restrictive diet plan available, the way of the vegan, dairy products such as milk or cheese, subclasses of poultry products such as eggs and refined bread, ingredients involving yeast or white flour, are summarily stricken from their diets as well. Nothing is allowed inside the body.
I am so great.
Everybody knows that. I am so great. Brapimus Prime is right. Did you right? As we were. Nothing is allowed inside the body of a devout vegan, which might be psychologically interpreted as a toxin to both the subject and their understanding of the environment. Their daily struggle to keep the poisons out and remain uncontaminated by the wrong food results in a total reliance on what other vegans are doing to keep themselves alive, since they're the only ones who can ever be trusted. Like an oil painter who arbitrarily refuses to use yellow, a vegan diet is an attempt to gain control over at least one simple aspect of a person's otherwise ordinary life. A less is more aesthetic taken to its most conceited extremes. Extremes like vegan dog food, completely free of meat or animal derivatives, composed of only organic vegetarian ingredients like soy, peas, carrots, and sunflower oil. Is there nothing a dog loves more than the wild, hearty grains of a rolled oat cake? So good. And woe to the meat eater who tries dating a vegan, even for a single evening. Oh, you got to the good part. Dr. Bratman's
Wait, there's a good part?
treatise on orthorexia cautions that an excessive vegan lifestyle is
What's the
socially
good part?
restricting. All of it.
Alright, sir.
Eventually coming to rule a person's life,
I believe you're one ahead of me.
to the point where all thoughts and activities revolve around what is and what isn't allowed. People with where people with anorexia and bulimia focus on quantities, people with orthorexia focus on qualities,
Ma'am?
the purities of their food. But a vegan pet is like a transgender 4-year-old. We all know who's making the lifestyle choices here. The decision to become vegan has perilous side effects, not the least of which are a near constant struggle to prepare meals which fool the body into thinking it's getting what it really needs. Of course, Those who can afford to live with this disorder is proof that ethical consumption in a capitalist society is a privilege for a few, daunting for most. These water-based meat bags force themselves to go through a great deal of labor and preparation just to make their food taste more like meat, with weird-ass spices from around the world sprinkled atop exotic and mandatory sauces, curries, fungi, boca burgers, textured vegetable paste,
Can moral vegans eat human steak?
tofurkey, and other processed blends of soy and gluten. Say that again?
Can moral vegans eat gluten? Can moral vegans eat human steaks? Lab-grown human steaks.
You'd have to ask the vegans that. Because I
But
can't.
theory, based in theory.
I don't know, man. Like, they're really hung up on the anything water-based meat bag inherently good.
Never was alive though. Never was a water-based meat bag.
Can you convert it enough where it's okay?
Wait, what?
I mean, you got enough people behind a bad idea, so stop it.
I'm just saying, like, based on pure speculation of what we understand, because you've done some reading into this.
Why don't you just exploit the market for what it is?
Why do
That's
you-
what everyone else is doing.
Do you think that we could convince them?
There are enough you could exploit for
Right?
this, yes.
Continue.
Yeah, there are enough. Hey, Monoxus, Googled any vegetarian or vegan recipes lately?
No.
There's a lot of disgusting shit out there. And if you thought fat people were ugly, take a goggle-eyed gander at vitamin-deficient vegans, the universal hallmarks of a long-term vegan diet absent in proteins. Our pallid gray skin, stringy straw-like hair, knobbled witch finger knuckles, cracked lips, diminished muscle mass, protruding bones, yellow teeth, a smug sense of self-satisfaction, and enough Laguno peach fuzz to carpet the moon. We, as a species, evolved with canine teeth. No matter where we come from on this planet, all the plant-eating hominids died out because their diet is contrary to nature. Remember that. In January of 2006, a Miami jury convicted Lemoyne Joseph Anderson of felony child neglect for enforcing a strict diet of raw fruits, vegetables, and wheatgrass. A baby died, and it weighed less than 7 pounds. And when she died of malnourishment, too weak to lift her head or sit without help,
You didn't have to say a baby died.
in the last 3 days of her life, she could only roll back her eyes.
You didn't have to do that.
A baby died. The autopsy reported that at the time of her death, the child had a grassy odor, quote unquote, and a bloated, distended abdomen. A child died because of veganism.
Child died is not as bad as baby died.
Okay.
A baby died? You did not have to throw that in there.
Hey, knock knock.
Who are you trying to fucking impress with a baby died?
A baby died.
I'm sorry. One new person who's just hearing this for the first time.
Veganism
You know what
kills,
veganism did? They killed a baby.
veganism kills babies. You heard it here first.
It does, though, but that's not the point.
Santa has a present for you. You know what it is? It's
What?
a dead baby because of veganism.
Yeah.
Shh. Other children in the Anderson family never saw a doctor. You know, on top of that baby dying part.
After
But-
the baby dying.
Afterwards, so glad it all worked out.
They still did not see a doctor, even though a baby died.
But received wheatgrass enemas in lieu of traditional Western medicine,
Welcome to fucking Christmas Day.
and
We're
testified
talking about babies dying, eating people.
that they were taught that cooked foods were evil.
This is a fucked up Chrimbus stream, dude.
Hey, right now, like, listen, it might be bad, but you could be raised in a vegan family bad, and your life is probably a lot better than that. All right? So, be thankful. It could always be worse. You have no idea. I'm sorry you have to hear this from me. All right? So, shortly after, the children were removed from their home by authorities, and they discovered a new love for tacos, while the parents, of course, continued to rot in prison with that whole dead baby ordeal and malnourishing
Well.
children. It's true.
Come on, wrap it up.
The next time someone tells you they don't eat meat, there might be a valid reason for it. It can be religious, Maybe it could be a means to fight heart disease without medications loaded with caveats and side effects. Hell, they might even be allergic to it. If they bring up the environment, don't pity them. A wise man once said, if you don't like the smell of burning meat, then get the fuck off the planet. Righteous eating and the need to proselytize that shit is just one of countless surrogate activities people can undertake with their time, money, lives, and souls to avoid dealing with real problems in the here and now. You know who else was a vegetarian?
Santa.
So, Tampage, Merry Christmas, and I hope you got what you wanted. All right. While A of the H is, of course, rounding out the assist of the game, and I imagine because you are on the winning team, you are guaranteed second.
I haven't asked any of the questions yet.
Yet, being the operative word here.
Yeah. So, I'm actually going to take a question that was put up by Nuclear, because now I can't call Nuclear Circus because Nuclear Family is the YouTube name.
Yes.
So Nuclear put out the Spawn versus Spider-Man. Who would win? And I kind of want to see chat fight over it, even though I feel like the answer is pretty straightforward.
Are you just saying the answer is Spider-Man no matter what?
I know what my answer is.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question is Spawn versus Spider-Man. Who do you think would win? And just we'll set some ground rules.
Midtown Manhattan?
In Manhattan, definitely, like home turf for Spidey. Spawn does not get his like Hell Rage form,
Deal.
so it's just like raw Spawn.
Spider-Man has more plot armor. Uh-oh. You have to field that.
Well, I'm gonna say my opinion. I'm just gonna let chat discuss it a little bit. Other than that, I have to ask a question that isn't someone else's that I want to see chat bitch about.
All right.
What do you think is the ultimate holiday comfort food? And you can pick a holiday and a comfort food that is strict to that holiday, but the one that comforts you the most is acceptable.
Am I allowed to chime in as well?
Of course.
Homemade stuffing.
Homemade stuffing, like Thanksgiving homemade
With
stuffing.
like pignoli nuts and little tiny itty bitty bits of sausage in it. Like the homemade stuffing. Listen, turkeys are good. Mashed potatoes, even the homemade mashed potatoes with the lumps in it are good. But like homemade stuffing, that's where the real money's at.
So those are your two questions. Feel free to chime in. Yeah, McFarlane technically invented Spawn and kind of gave Spider-Man new life when he redid Spider-Man. Like, he made him a more mature character. So they both have McFarlane to thank.
Right.
One is not his property, one is. So, again. And, other than that, you know, what's your holiday comfort food? So for me, weirdly enough, the most comforting holiday food is like holiday-themed sugar cookies.
Oh, like gingerbread man, the Christmas tree cookies.
Yeah, like properly baked. Like those shit hit like a sweet spot in my brain. That's just like childhood. Because there's a lot of like food in general during the holidays, but those fucking sugar cookies, like whole other level. At least for me.
All right. Ooh, that's a very good answer, by the way.
Yeah. As far as the Spider-Man Spawn question, I'm a huge Spider-Man fanboy. And Spawn would fuck Spider-Man up fucking every which way. Mostly because Spawn has damn near infinite regeneration, and no amount of damage Spider-Man can deal would get through him. Although Spider-Sense, I think, would give him a run for his money. By itself, just like
Really?
the
Okay.
ability to dodge things is like busted.
Well, I mean,
Spawn relies so heavily on projectile combat, so the fact that it's like hard to hit him would be fun to watch.
chat, who would win, Spider-Man or Spawn? I'd like to see chat chime in.
We got a couple of spawns earlier on. Yeah, Spawn wins. Maybe the Spider-Man has plot armor. So, that's a thing. But, you know, I mean, I just think Spawn would.
They fight one time and team up against the Joker. You know how it goes. Ooh.
Actually, Spawn versus Batman is a comic.
Really?
Yes. That is a comic. I have read that shit. It's pretty good. Spawn does fight Batman.
Does Spawn win?
He fucks Batman up.
Okay.
Because Batman throws shit at him and Spawn's like, seriously? Like, he hits him with, like, batarangs and shit, and it's like, I'm literally a demon lord, basically. And then Batman swings at him, and again, like, Spawn basically laughs, and then, like, almost rips him to pieces with chains.
There is, I forget.
And then it turns out that they're in Gotham for the same reason, and they team up.
There is, okay, you see, you're not wrong, AVH,
So,
all right?
funny that he mentions that, yes, like, Spawn does actually team up with Batman in his own comic, after, like, Batman gives him a run for his money, like, hand-to-hand wise, because he can actually fight, and then Spawn is like, oh yeah, by the way, chains, demon powers, like, stop, what are you doing here? And Batman's like, what are you doing here? Because I'm pretty sure they're in Gotham, and then Spawn's like, I'm looking for a guy, and basically he's like, I'm looking for a clown, and Batman's like, the Joker, and he's like, not that clown.
Wow.
And then it ends up being, like, Joker and Clown, Batman and Spawn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
okay.
But,
All right.
like, Spawn's like, I'm looking for a clown, and Batman's like, oh, the Joker. He's like, no, not your clown.
A different
My
clown.
clown.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually kind of cheeky.
It's a cool comic.
Huh. That was an unexpected turn.
Yeah. Batman's detective skills and Spawn's unlimited power versus the Violator and Joker.
All right, so listen, AVH, you could wallow in the crapulence of your correct premonition, all right? You're not wrong.
It like Spider-Man could... That's the thing. Spider-Man would run before he would die. Like, he would just dip. Like, knowing he's outmatched, he'd just leave. And I'm pretty sure Spawn couldn't land a hit on him if he wanted. If Spider-Man wanted out of the fight, he would just be gone. Because, like, you're not beating spider senses. They're just overpowered.
Right.
Like, Spidey senses can outrun cosmic beings.
Although, one of the few things Spidey Sense cannot outrun is evidently, I forget what the comic book run is where, like, there's a DC versus Marvel, like, crossover, okay? And evidently, like, either Spider-Man is in fucking Gotham or the Joker is in Earth 616.
Right.
And his spider sense goes off, and right next to him is the Joker, and he's like, hey, I really liked your outfit in Amazing Spider-Man number 58. How come they never brought it back? Implying that, like, he knows he and Spider-Man are, like, works of fiction. And Spider-Man's spider sense is like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, have you seen, like, a weirdo in a bat outfit? No? Okay. Thanks. You're a weirdo in a spider outfit. Like,
Yeah.
right? So, the Joker, I've always found to be a fascinating villain because for the jollies of himself, he fucks with the world's greatest detective, and evidently, whenever, like, you know, people need the story to go on, he, like, hurts someone close to Superman.
Well, like, if anyone's got plot armor, it's the fucking Joker. Like, Joker is plot armor embodied. You know what I mean? Like, him, Deadpool, like, all these fourth wall characters, they are plot characters.
Well, by that logic, fucking Doctor Strange is Deus Ex Machina, the character.
Which is why the comics had to get rid of his abilities. Because they were like, we're tired of this shit.
Ah, okay.
They stripped him of that ability. Like, they got rid of that shit.
Touche.
Because they were like, stop. Like, he's too strong. Makes sense. That you got to.
I did not know that.
Spawn based on endurance alone, but I think Spidey would have a chance if he gets a hold of him. Okay. That was iconic because he got the batarang to the face and stitched it together with a shoelace. Biggest holiday comfort food, I realize, is if you're Eastern European, you know that a family shares a homemade bread filled with objects representing future jobs. That's cool.
Whoa.
That sounds nice.
That sounds incredible.
Stuff like a coin, a straw, a button. Wasn't Bronze Age Joker literally bound to Batman to the point he says he can't live without him? Something like that?
Maybe. Oh, shit, Bronze Age Joker. This is what, like the 80s Joker? Like from a Killing Joke Joker? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I think Killing Joke is more modern. Killing Joke only exists because of Batman the Animated Series. Like, Batman the Animated Series introduced thematic versions of those characters.
Alan Moore wrote Killing Joke.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay. So then he might have been the stepping stone that made that shit possible.
He wrote Killing Joke, and he deliberately fucked with the DC timeline and who did who and who was where at when by going like, okay, the Joker has fucking permanently like crippled Commissioner Gordon's daughter, and I'm going after more people. Like, no, it's
Yeah.
canon.
No, I know it's canon.
Because Alan
I
Moore
just
is
didn't know
a,
it- I just didn't know when it came out.
Alan Moore is just a intellectual barbarian, I suppose.
I have to go with the dirty on this one. Bird stuffing is the thing of legends.
Ooh, you see? And if it's homemade stuffing, damn. All right.
When did the Killing Joke come out?
I mean, comics-wise,
Yeah.
late '80s, early '90s, I think.
Cause damn, if that shit's that like old, that's great. 88. Damn,
There you go.
that shit set standards for that character too.
You see? Grant Morrison did a comic book, a graphic novel of Batman called Arkham Asylum: A Serious House on Serious Earth. And you get to see every other inmate's response to Batman as opposed to Batman like a singular,
Yeah.
right? And like every font, every character, every is a different interpretation of Batman. Because like they're all mentally ill. They're all in the asylum, right? So, but like it's scary because like their perception of things and what is from the eyes of Batman are like sometimes worlds apart, right? And then he gets to the Joker, and the Joker basically goes like, "Oh no, like I know I'm a work of fiction. You don't know you're a work of fiction, and that's why I'll always have an upper hand in some things. You don't."
Huh.
It was released in like the mid '90s. Arkham Asylum: A Serious House on Serious Earth. Find it. It is even the lettering and the font of each character is different. It's flawless. And
That's cool. What's it called?
Arkham Asylum: A Serious House on a Serious Earth.
Never heard of it, but I will check that out.
And fun fact, like every character's like word bubble, like in fact, like the Joker's word bubbles are just red text over everything. A word bubble doesn't contain it. All his text are just red letters on the background. And of course, Batman's is just like black bubble with white text. Teeny tiny text.
Yeah, makes sense. That's a cool concept though. Just like letting you see everyone's perspective, considering they're all like fuckers.
Right. So, you know, the Joker is, listen, I honestly think that part of Batman's allure is either having to square away or having to explain away the Joker. Because the Joker, for like shits and giggles, is fucking with the most capable living thing without powers.
Yeah.
Where the Joker exists in a league among sociopaths with power, but he's in a league of his own. And for jollies, he fucks with the world's greatest detective. He fucks with a guy who happens to be a scientist. He happens to fuck with like a man who is in peak physical condition to such a degree that he can do things that are unexplainable, you know.
Well, that's the thing.
Blah, 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 blah.
The comics are pretty explicit that the Joker could have deaded Batman many a time. Like, many a time. He chooses not to.
Right.
He actively does not.
And like Batman knows.
Yeah, of course he does. Why would he know?
See?
Why do you think it's so hard for him?
He lets it home.
Well, it's just more like, I don't hurt people. It's like, I could have killed you and all your friends and family. I choose not to.
He lets it haunt.
But I could. And, I mean, then again,
Maybe he's a jerk. He lets it haunt him. You see that?
this is why, like, and then, like, no offense to Batman fans, but, like, y'all have a really, really piss-poor character economy.
Although realistically speaking, if you were double-crossed at that level, you have nothing to gain. Then you have nothing to gain unless you strike out and you lash out. Ideally, when that anvil is hot.
Can you imagine
Right? Ideally.
having your main hero and main villain's conflict basically be, I'm not going to?
I'm not sure if that's possible.
That's Batman and Joker.
It won't work with anyone else though.
It sucks. That's why I don't understand the fan base. Like, I like Batman when he's not dealing with Joker, because he actually has to like cleverly deal with characters.
Right.
The best stories with Joker are the ones where he's like, I'm killing you because like you're not worth dealing with, and no one's gonna find out that I did it. I'm Batman. Like, why do you put up with this?
Ask the crowd who can interpret for Batman.
I wouldn't, because Batman fans are Batman stans and they don't give a fuck about actual logical character progression, because the same people who are Batman fans are equally Joker fans.
Okay.
Like, you don't see that in the fan bases of other things.
Are you certain of that?
I'm willing to bet a majority of Batman fans also think that Joker is hot shit.
Okay.
Where, like, a Spider-Man fan doesn't think that Venom or the Green Goblin are the best villain ever. Like, I think Spider-Man villains suck. Because by contrast, Spider-Man is such an amazing character that he makes them all look like shit.
Okay.
Because he beats them up.
However,
So Batman fans have this, like, the Joker is the best villain. And it's like, he's not. The Joker is only alive because if the actual comic book, like, stories killed him off, they'd have nothing else to play with. Because Batman shits on everybody else. Joker's the only thing that challenges him. And doesn't have to. Batman could easily have put him away. Like, he could have buried him a long time ago.
but I've always argued that Batman has some sort of compulsion to prove that the justice system works. Like, he's waiting to, like, he's waiting to bring the Joker in, like, appropriately, criminally through law. And he could only luck out through, like, Arkham Asylum or the occasional...
Which is funny that a lot of the future storylines have us seeing a failed, broken Bruce Wayne.
Yes, because he needs to prove, because in the absence of his parents who got by a fucking burglar when he was a kid, he now has this, like, hyper obsession to prove that the justice system does work.
Except he never does.
Right.
According to the timelines that I've read.
Right.
He ends up bitter old Batman, and Gotham is still crime-ridden, and he hires a teenager to be new Batman.
But in the process, he becomes Batman.
Yeah, he does become Batman, and then with all that power and wealth and ability, he does nothing.
Damn.
He puts cuffs on people and then lets them murder other people and get out.
Okay.
Now, there are variations on this, I understand that, but in the canon, it's like, no, these things happen. At least,
I
like,
did not know that.
at least with other heroes, like, the villains go after the hero. They don't just, like, murder people. And then the hero's like, well, go to jail. That's, like, my biggest issue with Batman, is he just constantly, like, does the same shit over and over again.
In the comics?
Yeah, until, like, he gets Justice League responsibilities, and then it's like, alright, now you have to actually deal with real problems.
Beyond the Joker, Two-Face, Clayface.
Like, no, Gotham is still on fire, and all those people are still doing shit, and you're just not there, because, like, bigger threats.
You're dealing with, like, the galactic invaders of Gorkon.
You've accepted that people being stabbed in the alley by Scarecrow is just Gotham.
It's part and parcel of living in a big city.
Yeah. Now go fight Doomsday. And by fight Doomsday, I mean let Superman fight Doomsday and figure out how to weaken him. Or, like, go make contingency plans to stop the Justice League because they're a bigger threat than all of your villains.
Come back.
Like, everyone who's your homie is a bigger threat to the world than all the dudes you put in jail on a regular basis. So you have to be on top of them all the time at the Justice League just to be like, if any of you all fucking flip, I'll kill all of you.
Fun fact, there is a comic where a bunch of, like, alien bounty hunters capture the Justice League, alright? And at the end of issue 1, they're, like, flying back into space. So they're talking to the captured Justice League, and they were like, where's Batman? They were like, we didn't bother to capture him because he had no powers. And Superman is like, he's the most dangerous one of us all. Like, I don't think you understand, like, what's gonna happen now. And then, like, issue 1 ends with, like, Batman, like, in the ship. Even though this is an alien ship going into the fucking cosmos, Batman's just, like, in the cargo, just, like, waiting, like, crouched down. Alright? And he wins. And it is...
I'm sure he does.
It is amazing and delightful.
Yeah.
And such a well-written story.
Batman's got amazing, like,
It's
plot nonsense. Which is great, because he pulls it out. Even though technically, at any point, a vast majority of the DC canon could eradicate it.
Well, he had prep time, I'd argue. You know?
That's the ultimate argument. But like, Batman's only good when the enemies he's facing aren't godlike. Like, if Batman decided I'm going to try and take down Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan could cough while not even
And explode him.
thinking about Batman and kill him by proxy of him being a threat to him. You know what I mean? Like, accidentally murder him. Flash could just be like, oh, we're fighting? And then, like, Speed Force back into the past and save Batman's parents and be like, you were never Batman. Not even kill him. Just save his parents. Why kill him?
So he becomes a soft, like,
So
you know,
you're
fucking
just
pacifist.
Bruce Wayne. You're not Batman.
Yo, now you're soft pants Wayne. And
Yeah.
you just...
Why would you even fight him? You were never Batman. I saved your parents.
Damn!
Like, why? I don't have to kill you.
The Flash ends up becoming like a martyr in Gotham because he saved
The
Bruce
Waynes,
Wayne.
yes. And he may have fixed Gotham. He may have made Gotham a utopia,
accidentally,
yeah.
at the expense of Batman not existing in this
He
universe.
saved, like,
He
Gotham,
saves Gotham.
because the Waynes ended up fixing Gotham.
But then how do you reconcile fucking Superman existing in that universe? You gotta kill him too, right?
No, because Superman's a fucking golden boy. He never, like, breaks.
Until he does.
Yeah, except he doesn't unless the story makes him.
He,
Like, Superman's...
I would,
Superman's true canon, like his actual story,
I
is
would-
he's Superman.
I wouldn't trust Superman if I could afford to deal with not trusting Superman.
All stories that require Superman to be the villain are written explicitly around the idea of what if he was, because his actual story is like, no, he's actually that good of a guy. Like he's just genuinely, he is a soft boy, but also has the powers of Superman.
Okay. Fair enough.
He's not a threat.
Says you.
He's a hero. He's the like storybook hero, and that's the whole point of Superman. What if he was evil? Well, fucking then Dr. Manhattan would snap out of existence.
And here we have a what if.
They don't have a what if. We have gods in that world too. What if
There
Superman was evil? John Constantine would show up and be like, yo, what's up? You're not immune to magic, right? You're going to hell. And would banish him. As a regular human man, while he lights a cigarette and is like, I casted a spell 5 minutes ago. I'll kill you, Constantine! And it kicks in as he goes to hit him. Now!
And
And
then
like,
And
yeah.
he just swirls into hell.
And he'd be like, bye, Superman. That's what you get for being the evil version of you. Like, no.
And the joke is that Constantine's lighter doesn't work afterwards because he sent, like, a hero to hell, therefore, like,
Whatever, doesn't matter.
you can't light fire for a while.
There are people who
Look-
would make Superman look stupid without kryptonite.
Yes, because, like, listen, among
Doesn't he become a dictator when Lex Luthor killed Flash? Something like that, yeah.
what, listen, the only frame of reference I know where we have some sort of commie dictator, Superman, is in The Dark Knight.
Let's go back to Flash being broken.
Mhm.
Superman goes evil. Flash is like, oh god! Speed Force is back. As the pod is coming to Earth, Flash just runs towards it, and as it comes in, grabs it and heats it back into space. No more Superman. Bye.
So then that Flash has a responsibility to become the strongest, like, thing in his universe.
Flash is just the strongest thing in the universe.
But
as far
now it
as I
has to
know.
keep tabs on everyone.
No, I mean, there are consequences
He
to
will
not
never
having...
be at peace.
There are consequences to not having Superman.
He will never be at
But
peace.
in a world where Superman is evil, typically you also have Lex Luthor is good.
Or Batman is explicitly underground good.
Well, like, Luthor almost always fills the void of Superman when he's actually good Luthor,
Right.
and evil Superman exists. Because when there's good Superman, Luthor is obviously...
And Danger, I believe it was Danger who had mentioned this earlier, where I think in The Dark Knight Rises, I forget the name, but like it was an older Batman, and they had the Flash running laps underneath a generator to generate like power for America, and if they stopped, they'd kill his family. Like President Luthor, he was vice president to Ronald Reagan, I believe. Then he became president. Like it was a very well-written, plausible, like unusually concise understanding of the politics at the time. Even though it was like, haha, Batman, Superman, but like they're both like Superman's still like, you know, like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and Batman's like
it should be.
he's like in a mech suit powered by kryptonite, you know?
Yeah, because imagine if you were a fucking god, you'd be super fucking optimistic. And if you're a dude,
Oh boy.
if you're a dude who's just been through the fucking gauntlet, like, yeah, you're gonna walk out.
Part of the way
That's the beauty of Batman.
part of the way Batman attempted to take down Superman was he got the Molecule Man to shrink down, and then when he hurt Superman, I think, like he busts the Flash out, so the Flash like beats him up, and as he's recovering from getting the shit kicked out of him, Batman just Molecule Man's like him into his ear,
And he has like a spike of kryptonite, right?
Yes, I think so, and that's what they're making fun of, and where like
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. And on top of that, he's also doing gymnastics, so it's rupturing everything.
Yeah.
So you're just seeing Superman like, stop, stop, and like cut to everyone just standing outside him, and it's just like desolate, blasted wasteland of like Superman screaming to no one in particular, and all the heroes just standing there, like, oh my god, like he actually feels pain.
Yeah.
Like, it never occurred to any of them other than like Bruce
Yeah.
that like this thing hurts.
Yeah.
And they're all looking aghast and fuck. All
He's
right.
still living, but he's also like in this case.
Those were good times.
Honestly, there was a comic recently which I thought was really cool. It's like Spider-Man related. Basically, they had this. There's a new-ish series where it's like, so what if Spider-Man never gave up the symbiote? That's like the whole plot of the arc. Like, what if he just kept it and never decided to like get rid of it? Venom never existed. Spider-Man is Venom essentially, and like, I mean, a couple of really cool things happen in it. In general, just like he kills a bunch of fucking people because like Venom takes over, and it's Spider-Man with like no compass. He's just, oh yeah, you're a villain, like ripping people's arms off and being like, all right, cool, you're never doing that again.
You're a villain? Nope.
Yeah, like eating people.
Damn.
But my favorite bit of it, super early on in the, oh, my paint's peeling off. Super early on in it, Kingpin goes after Aunt May and kills her, and like deads May. So he basically calls out because he's like, I know who fucking like Spider-Man is. Like, it's Peter Parker, and yeah, I killed your aunt. What's up? Meet me at like Rikers. So like Spider-Man shows up, and Kingpin's running his mouth and being like, you'll always just be the hero, and this is what happens. Like, you're the people. There are consequences, and I'll hurt them. And he's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna hurt me? I'm already in jail. What do you want? You come here to kill me? And Peter's like, nah, and pulls off the costume. He's like, Spider-Man didn't come here to kill you. Peter Parker did.
Oh no.
And then just starts fucking Kingpin up. Like, no movement allowed. Kingpin goes to like punch, and he just like elbow, knocks him to the floor, picks him up, hits him across the room. Eventually he's holding Kingpin by his shirt and actually just slapping him. And like every time he hits him, there's just sprays of blood. And Peter Parker is like, every single time I've let you win, I just want you to remember, I have been holding my punches for years. You are just a fat man. You have no powers. You have no skills. Every victory you've had was us, the heroes, letting you win. You are human. As he's like throwing him into walls and like wailing on him. He's like, so remember that, Kingpin. Every time you've beaten one of us, we let you win. Because we didn't want to hurt you. Because you're a fat, lonely man. You have no skills. And he's like, what now? He's like, now? You end. And cracks his skull. Before he kills him, he's just like, all the victories you've ever had as the Kingpin, you were given them.
Ladies and jerks, you heard it here first. Alright?
That shit was amazing. Because I've always had a problem with Kingpin as a character. Because he's just a fucking fat dude.
Well,
He's just a big man.
I mean, on top of other things, he's also a criminal mastermind.
But he has no powers.
Well,
So, like, Kingpin fights Spider-Man. Great. All of your prowess and skills and strength in the underworld means nothing to, I can pick up a car with one hand, Spider-Man.
and surface level brute force.
And sometimes he beats him. So this comic addresses the fact that he's like, no, we let you win a lot. Like, when you're hitting us and we fall over, Spider-Man's like, we let you win because we know that if we actually fought you, we would, like, ruin you and kill you. So in the interest of, like, keeping you in a position where we can keep an eye on you. Because it's nice to have, like, Fisk where we can keep eyes on him.
in Rikers.
Just even when you were in power and, like, you, like, when you beat Daredevil and, like, you thought you had won and you just kept making moves. That was just to build your confidence. Like, we've always had eyes on you. You've never been in control. We were able to fight you at any point.
I'd like to imagine he was like, you kill your own people all the time.
Yeah.
You have trust problems. Okay, Kingpin, Because Kingpin didn't get to the top being nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But it basically establishes that.
And
like,
he's
heroes-
also a ginormous, super huge tough lord.
yeah, like it basically lets him. It establishes like, yeah, Kingpin's kind of a joke, and then Spider-Man fucking murders him, or Peter Parker because he's not wearing the Spider-Man suit, right? And then he puts it back on, and he's like, and now all of you know, like, don't fuck with Peter Parker, fuck with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man won't kill you, but if you attack Peter Parker will kill you,
Well, now.
and he leaves. And then he ends up becoming Venom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
pretty good comic, though.
All right. There are a couple of really good what ifs. Like, have you ever seen What If Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and jerks, if you haven't watched it, it's pretty good. And I like how they even cover the Incredible Hulk and Doctor Doom, among other people, so he could like take down what would otherwise normally be a hilariously difficult opponent. But then, like the Hulk, he does his thing. Bruce Banner, alleyway, buck. He beat Doctor Doom to death in his own armor after throwing an EMP grenade at him, disabling his
Abilities,
armor.
yeah.
Right. He just beat him to death in his own armor. To get rid of Magneto and all of his cohorts, he tricked him and the X-Men into thinking they were going to fight on the moon. Then he blows up the moon. It's pretty
excessive,
wild.
but sure. No, yeah.
It's pretty delightful, actually.
The Kills the Universe series are all pretty good. Like, Deadpool's got a couple of them, to be fair.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But Deadpool's like the fucking apotheosis of like fourth wall breaking. Like,
Yeah,
I know I'm a work of fiction.
In one of them, he's so high and tripped out that he just kills everyone. Like, that's a comic.
Mind you, that is part of a tradition where, like, all right, in the Sin City comic book, like, volumes 1 through 6 were the basis of the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
And in book 7, it was this insane, almost drug-fueled seeming through the lens of all these comics, including Hagar the Horrible, but there's a lot of excessive violence, and it's drawn in such a beautiful... Point is, excessive violence comes in many forms, all right? And I think sometimes there's a time and place for it. I would argue that much like, there's the movie 300, there is also the graphic novel 300. And there are things in the graphic novel not in the movie. The same way there are things in the book, No Country for Old Men, that there are in the movie. Right? So... read 300 if and when you can, alright?
Alright, Haynes. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm kind of... You know what? I'm glad people came through, because, even though the world is on fire outside and there's blood and thunder overlapping everything, and you're always like 11 seconds away from I should have called 911 or turned a left instead of a right, I'm glad you all pulled through for Christmas. Thank you for coming on by here at twitch.tv/Monoxes or youtube.com/718TV. Thank you.
I want a comic that feels like the drug zone scene from Natural Born Killers. I don't know that.
Who said who on the what?
Orbitas. I want a comic that feels like the drug zone scene from Natural Born Killers.
That's a pretty good movie, by the way. Have you seen it?
I'm uncultured. I don't watch things unless they're like Cape movies.
Oh, unless they're fucking perpetually pushed upon you by people from the outside.
I mean, not necessarily. There are things that I seek out on my own, but I also like large budget films.
Have you ever seen Eastern Promises?
No.
It is an incredible movie. It is a look at the Russian mafia in London.
Listen, there's a long list of incredible films that I should be watching, and I've hit a point where I've started going through some of them, and maybe it's just me, but a lot of those, like, you gotta watch this movie, and then I get like 30 minutes in, and I'm like, this
Orbitas, Merry Christmas, buddy. Thank you for chiming on in. Back at you, hermano.
and I'm just like, this is boring. And I turn
Come on,
it off.
Orbitas said a Merry Christmas.
I'm not fucking talking about the fucking movies. Merry Christmas, though.
Thank you.
the point is, sometimes I will be watching some shit someone's like, it's fucking great. And then I'm like a half hour and I'm like, this is boring as shit. And if I'm missing something, I'm missing something. Like, it happens.
Okay.
Like,
You got preoccupied. These things happen.
or I'm like, maybe it's not for me. It's the fucking theme of the film is just, I don't care. Whatever. I'm watching it, I'm like, it's like watching David Lynch movies. Like, there are people who swear by Lynch, and then there are people like me who are like, I get that he's weird, but outside of being weird, he doesn't do anything good. It's different,
Okay.
but like,
Go ahead. And you know what? Watch Eraserhead and tell me there's a message in that movie.
Well, okay. I would one point of contention. All right, and then I'm not saying that my friend Monoxus here is wrong or incorrect. Hang on. A point of contention is, have you seen the movie Blue Velvet?
No.
Okay, Blue Velvet is an excellent film starring the guy who was in Twin Peaks and the first Dune movie, Kyle Makakakakaka.
He hires the same
David
people.
Jim-
Yeah.
All right, so he's in that movie. All right, so in Blue Velvet, it is you really need to see Blue Velvet, and Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet is sort of like a life goal for me.
Again, I'm not saying all his shit's bad. Just what I've
Blue
seen.
Velvet, Frank Booth, life goal. All right.
What I've seen from his work, with the exception of Dune, is just like, yeah, it's dumb. It doesn't make sense. There's in jokes here, like there's in universe stuff,
Right. All right, you're not wrong.
but like that doesn't make it good. Just because it's abstract and weird doesn't make it good.
Right. Okay.
It makes it unique.
You mean abstract and weird in the absence of being forthright and having a message?
Yes, like it's hard to follow because it doesn't have any context. Great. You have to fill in the blanks. Is there context somewhere else in the rest of the series that like Twin Peaks is a good example of like other than the main character beats, there's like weird shit that happens and it's like, is this explained somewhere else? And I've had people I know who are fans of Twin Peaks who are like, oh no, it's never explained. There are just things that happen.
Well, kind of like in No Country for Old Men, the movie.
No,
There are
No
things
Country
that
for
are
Old Men
never
is
explained.
pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Like, there not at no point in that film, when you're done with it, are you like, I don't know what any of those characters were doing,
Okay,
or what their motivations were.
Fine. Jeez Louise.
You can walk out of a David Lynch film and go, I don't know what I just watched. And then someone will go, well, here's what happened. And you'd go, oh, okay. And then you'd go and look at someone else's critique of it, and they'd be like, well, here's what happened. And be like, those are two different things. So what you're saying is, this man's on drugs. And he just, like, throws shit on film?
Or he just transcendental meditates and he just comes up with things to do.
He just
I
makes
don't
shit
know.
up.
Maybe.
He just strings together nonsense, and then other people interpret it, and he's like, yes.
You know what? David Lynch, if you're watching, challenge Monoxus and his belief in who you are, what you've done, and where you've been. Here at twitch.tv/Monoxus, at youtube.com/718TV. David Lynch should stand in what Monoxus accuses him of being of and what he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Excellent artist.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna question that. Cool visuals. Interesting, like, attempt at making things. It's kind of weird that when he made Dune, it was like, wow, you can make movies with plots. Like, wait, there's an A that leads to a B that ends at a C?
We could.
Whoa! That man can make a movie. Now, again, I haven't seen a lot of his work. I've seen Twin Peaks, the original, and I've seen Eraserhead. I remember walking out of watching Eraserhead with a friend of mine and going, I have no idea what just happened. Nothing. I couldn't explain to you what just happened in that movie. I could tell you the scenes in the movie. I could tell you what I saw. But if someone's like, what happened? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Because none of it has any context. It's just interpretation. Great. 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 How do you feel about it? Annoyed.
Okay. Fair enough.
Annoyed that I got nothing out of the main character. At all. Just something, like anything. Anything.
Nothing.
Anything.
Other than his actions.
Yeah, so great. So I'm meant to... Cool. Imprint yourself on that character. Great. You know what, David Lynch? You were ahead of your time. You were making video games on film before video games were like, you're the main character. You're supposed to feel whatever fucking you're supposed to feel based on that person. All right.
You hear that, David Lynch? You should have been collaborating with that Hideo Kojima guy, and you could have taken over the world with him.
David Lynch could make a really good fucking video game.
I think David Lynch and Hideo Kojima need to work. So it's like, you watch Meat Space, I watch The Subconscious.
I think their stupid would conflict with each other. Like, you'd have overlapping dumb ideas, and they would just conflict the entire time. Yeah. Because you'd have some, like, alright, you'd have some Kojima shit, where it's just like, alright, like, how do I compare their two styles? A Kojima would be like, every enemy you killed in the game is in the river. And if you kill everyone, the river's super fucking hard. And then, like, Lynch would be like, yes, but dying in the river has no consequences. Because nothing in this actual story matters.
Dun 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 dun
Because
dun,
you're
dun,
not
dun, 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 in the river.
And then you'd end up walking through this river, tortured by dead enemies, and feel like you're losing, and then you would, like, lose, but you'd win anyway. Because in a Lynch story, it doesn't matter what happens. But in a Kojima story, it's just convoluted. So you have the convolution of Kojima work with the David Lynch, nothing actually matters.
Okay. If you feel that Monoxis is incorrect, I ask that
Please, critique. And this is just
I
off the top
ask
of my head.
that you leave your commentary and criticism not just here on Twitch chat, not just here on YouTube chat, but directed at, where can people find you if they want to yell at you? At Monoxis on Twitter?
I only respond to ads.
Where can people find you on Twitter?
At Monoxis.
Can you type that in?
No.
So we can't type it in.
You can just at me on Twitter. I will respond to ads. I don't respond outside of ads.
Can I type it in?
You have to message me directly or at me.
Can I type it in?
No.
What if I type it in?
Nope.
Can I type it in?
Hey, look, see? Why do you think Lynch is a hack? I don't think Lynch is a hack. I think Lynch is overrated. That's wrong. Already wrong.
Damn it, hold on.
So wrong.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in
My problem with Lynch stems from the fact that, like, I think Lynch has a lot of really cool ideas. In fact, in another world, Lynch is a writer, and his books are wild. Because he actually goes into extreme detail of what you're supposed to be seeing. You know what I mean? But he became a filmmaker, so he tries to show you what you're supposed to be seeing.
And it keeps falling short.
No, and then you see it and go, what the fuck am I looking at?
Okay.
So he's a person who understands what he's trying to say, and he sees it. And then he puts it on film and goes, alright, and this is what's happening. And then to him, he's like, it's perfect. This is exactly what I imagined. And there's like a few people out there who are as autistic as he is, and are like, I get it. And then there's the rest of the world who's like,
I will argue that
what?
the resurrection of Twin Peaks, that it turns out people had been invested in
No,
this whole thing.
the Twin Peaks follow-up answered Twin Peaks questions that existed for years to solve the problem of Twin Peaks. But it required Twin Peaks coming back in order for people to go, oh! That's what was happening!
But herein lies...
That's the problem. Twin Peaks was going to end on a what the fuck happened.
So would you argue we ran out of ideas?
No, I think that he just doesn't know how to translate what the fuck's happening up here into a medium that other people can get.
Mr. Lynch, can you please respond to @Monoxus in either... I'm fairly certain if you have to email him, it's what? cosmic.fortress.discover@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you have to email him, you could find him there. I am not...
See, hold on. Eraserhead is about the overwhelming obligations that come with having a child and being a family. That's not what I got from that movie. I walked out of it going, what does the lady in the radiator mean?
You mean in heaven everything is fine?
I don't know. I don't know. But everything was completely thrown out the window.
Or like the hot neighbor across the hall?
When there's a lady in the radiator that's never explained.
There's a hot neighbor across the hall and she's really hot.
It doesn't really help that the character doesn't say anything helpful. And that things just happen. I'm sure that's true. In fact, I'm sure that there is somewhere in an interview where that exact
Milk
thing
your wife!
is like explicitly said. But that's not what I got from that movie. In fact, I walked away from Eraserhead was my very first introduction to Lynch. Because someone's like, you gotta check out Lynch, I think you'd love him. And I walked away and went, that movie was awesome. Visually, like, I'm all in for it. And they're like, so what'd you think? And I'm like, what do you mean what I think? And they're like, well, what'd you think of the movie? The story? And I'm like, what story?
It was just things that happened.
There are just things happening and none of it's explained. It's a sequences of scenes
His words, not mine.
with things that are not explained. There's a universe somewhere where that's just normal. But with no context, you're like, great, I don't know what that thing is. I don't know who you are. I don't know where I am. There are just things happening. You strung together sequences of scenes you filmed and went, that's the movie. And then it ends and you're like, why did it end on this new thing? Close up, Radiator Woman, movie over. And you're like, the movie ends on a new thing? What do you mean? You just introduced a new thing.
Endings move on new things a lot of the time.
So the point is, like, it's just, there's no context.
Am I wrong?
For it.
What are movies that do not end in new things? I'm just curious. What's going on here?
So, that's why I'm like, she is the dream girl that comes with obligations and radiates warmth that he is missing in real life. Yeah, to me, she's a weird fucking thing in the radiator. And it's not warm because she's, like, grotesque.
And they're like little pitter-patters falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Like pieces of chunky face.
Where the fuck are you guys getting it's about obligation in childhood?
Monoxus midlife crisis? Watch out.
Like, the best I got, like, the most I could like glean from that is that having children is a mistake. Not about obligation, it's about not having children.
AVDH goes, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. Am I the radiator? Tampage goes, going back to weird movies, ever see a movie called Naked Lunch? No, I have not, but I've read the book. It was written by William S. Burroughs, and he has a sordid history, among other things.
Twin Peaks is the same shit. Where it's like a string of events that are supposed to make sense,
And people kind of transpose,
but they don't.
or they imprint onto what the thing is.
And you kind of feel like you know what's happening until you don't. So, that... And then I saw Dune and was like, oh, when someone, like, reins him in, he can tell a story. Which means that he has the capability to put his movies in an order of events and then explain what's happening, even to the slightest. He can do it. And then apparently he walked that movie and was like, that was a nightmare. Oh my god, you had to explain yourself? And have, like, a sequence? And people had to understand what was happening? What a terrible fucking concept.
Well, you know, for what it's worth, even, like, Sir Alec Guinness, towards the end of his life, he was like, yeah, I've been getting letters about playing this Obi-Wan Kenobi guy in the Star Wars film, and people are looking way over into it, and they're going to continue to do so. And, like, if you don't, this is going to become unstoppable. And, you know, I think people looking way too into... I don't want to say Lynch.
Yeah. I just, like, the best I can compare it to is video
Mr.
games.
Lynch, please respond.
Just because it's the only medium I can, like, translate it into. Because, like, I understand video game design and program better than movie making. I'm not a filmmaker. but I've done more into the background of video game like design. A Lynch video game would start with your character like on his journey to somewhere. So let's take a game that everyone knows, right? Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda. And not Ocarina, pick a Legend of Zelda game, right? In David Lynch's
Zelda
version
64.
of Legend of Zelda, Link goes to get his first weapon, right? And as he gets his weapon, the game corrupts and you lose the weapon. And it's like, you don't need this to play the game. And then you go to the first character that you need to get to the Deku tree, and he's like, you need a sword and shield to get through here. And you're like, but the game took my sword away. And he's like, that's because you were never supposed to have a sword. Now go play the rest of the game. And then you can't beat the game because you never got a sword. But you did, but the game took it away. And you're supposed to learn a lesson from the fact that in order to beat the game, you need a sword, but you never got a sword. That's David Lynch films.
The ending consists of you getting a sword you never get to use?
You know, the ending is like, you don't get to play the game. Because the game never existed. Because you never
Look,
got
cutting
a
the
sword.
grass, fighting enemies.
Like, that's
Look at
how
what you
I-
missed out with the sword.
You don't get to actually see the plot of the game. Go run around the field. Go talk to the characters, experience the world. What if I want to play the game? No.
That is a terrifying prospect, actually.
No.
You're just not allowed the sword.
You're not allowed to get the sword and play the game. Everything's locked.
That's pretty despicable.
Fuck you, run around. And you spend hours trying to figure out how to get the sword back, and then 18 hours later, you're like, I can't get the sword, and you just stop playing. David Lynch presents the Ocarina of Time. You just don't get to play the game and do anything. You just watch as this character just fucking struggles and can't move forward, and then is like, okay, I guess I'm done. Credits.
Watch him as he gets ready to turn the game off. You hear, no, 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 no.
That's the
You felt the existential dread, and now
Yeah.
you've unlocked, this.
Watch a character suffer for an hour and a half, and nothing gets resolved, and you don't learn anything,
And now you go into this dungeon.
and you don't get into the dungeon. All the dungeons are locked because you never got a sword.
Oh.
You can't even get you can't get rupees because you can't cut grass.
You see?
You can't do anything.
You see?
You can't do anything. You just have to watch as this character does nothing the whole time, and realizes that they're not doing anything the whole time.
Brought to you by David Lynch.
So the character does nothing, you do nothing, no progress is made. All the other characters are all also doing nothing, and they're reminding you that they're not doing anything, and you're not doing anything. And then the credits roll.
Directed by David Lynch.
David Lynch. Nothing happens. The movie. What? But you have to deal with all of the interactions that you're supposed to have a sword for. Monsters show up. You're still getting attacked. You just can't fight. There are sequences. It's not like the movies are void of sequence. It's just that nothing.
Hopefully you got bombs or arrows to help you move forward. But
How?
You, can't,
You need a sword to
but-
get into the area to get the bombs.
But you can't. Right.
No, that's the point. You don't get anything else.
You just
Your
die.
inventory stays empty.
You never got the sword.
You don't get the sword. You don't get to fucking do dungeons. You don't get to.
So you never meet an old man that goes, "It's dangerous to go out there alone. Here, take this." You
In
never meet him.
Lynch's version, he says that, and then he doesn't hand you anything. It's dangerous to go alone.
Here, take this.
Get out. And then the rest of the game is just you trying not to die
Until you give up.
until you die. And then the credits roll.
Okay. Mr. Lynch, please, I think you should consider this opportunity.
That's my experience. Is I gained nothing. I learned nothing. There's nothing. They're just So this happened.
What, like a Hemingway short story? One time this happened.
Yeah, watching his movies is so I watched it. What'd you learn? Nothing. What was it about? Not anything that I could really, I couldn't. So this guy, and then there's a baby, but it's not a baby, and then there's a person in the radiator, nothing happens. They're kind of just in an apartment, nothing. There's nothing happens. It's a lot, it's visually beautiful.
Mr. Lynch, if you can respond, and I know, but what are people missing? I'm curious. You tell me.
There's a way to beat it. There's something here. I don't know.
This is a boss fight you'll never understand.
Somebody gets the game over screen 100 times and has a fucking eye-opening experience and feels as though they've transcended video games by never having beaten the game ever and only ever losing at it. And they're like, it's the greatest game ever because you can't beat it. And I'm like, that's not a video game.
You mean...
David Lynch fans are like, it's the greatest movie ever because it's not a movie.
No, that's the whole fucking point of Dwarf Fortress. You're gonna get overran. You're gonna,
So then
you're gonna die no matter
You
what.
want to compare those two? Great.
No, it is what this is.
My
nonsense.
point is, they're not movies. They're not. They're not films in the sense of like 3-act structure, beginning, middle, end,
Right.
plot progression, character arcs, emotional narrative. It's just like there are stuff that is on film, movie, done, credits, and you're like, I don't know what I just watched.
Things are happening.
Yes. Even when he made Twin Peaks, it was like, there's a narrative, but it's also just like, and then shit happens. Show's over, and you're like, ah. And it took them coming back to be like, and let's actually add narrative bits. Maybe I don't get it. But that's my experience with Lynch. It's just like and then shit happens, and you're like, okay.
Not unlike an Ernest Hemingway short story where he's just minding his own business, and one day this happened, and he described something. Not dissimilarly to, how Monoxus described his personal expectation, and he probably has a better self-esteem towards David Lynch than David Lynch has of himself. All right.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I think if anybody understands David Lynch's movies, it's David Lynch. And I almost feel like that man, I don't know his history, but if you were to tell me that David Lynch accidentally walked into a job opportunity to direct a film and then just never quit, I believe you. If someone was like, hey Dave, we need someone to like take a look at this, you good? And then he looked in and was like, no, put that over there. And you, like, do this, wave your hands around. And it was my line, don't say it. Move that in front of the camera so that like the thing is floating in front of him and you're just gonna film that. And they're like, Dave, this doesn't make sense. Just film it. Just film him yelling, waving his hands. Put it in the movie.
And that's season 1, episode 1.
And he's like, now put that in the film. And they're like, Dave, stop. All right, we're gonna shoot another scene. And what? Just sit there and do what? Nothing. Just sit there. Why? Just don't say anything.
Dave, where'd you get the funding? Don't ask.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Keep looking at the camera. Look at the camera. Don't stop filming. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Someone throws something at him. Hit the wall behind him. Something breaks. Good. Cut. What? Cut!
Play the music back.
Yep.
Please play the music backwards.
David,
Please.
what are you doing? All right, now you're just going to sit there and you're going to stare at the bed. And what? You're just going to stare at the bed.
We're gonna zoom in on you.
Yep. Just stare at the bed.
A little bit.
And you're going to be sitting at a table eating breakfast. What? Sitting at a table eating breakfast. So David, we've gone from him like waving his hands and yelling, and then a hard zoom, and then him staring at a bed, and he's eating breakfast. Yes. This scene was about him going to work. Yep. Yep, got it. Nailed it.
It's not wrong.
And we'll keep it. And then he just kept making movies because someone saw that first cut and was like,
And you thought you had Monoxus all figured out. Ah, shame on you if you assumed wrong.
what
or
an
incorrect.
artist. Do you understand? No. Not even the guy who made it knows because he was making it up.
As he went
And
along.
he's been doing it ever since, and you're all just watching it.
You know, as long as you're not having to compete with the fucking Joker, I think you can make shit up as you go along.
Honestly, I would accept that too. If David Lynch is on his deathbed and he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, I'd be like, that makes sense.
David Lynch reintroduces the Joker to the DC universe.
He just dies, and they're like, come on, Dave, like, tell your that thing.
That's what we need.
What are your last words? He's like, I don't know any of what I was doing. I made it all up. I'd be like, that makes more sense than you being an actual filmmaker. That you just kept saying things, and people just kept being like, brilliant. And he was sitting there being like, yep, I'm a genius.
Oh, that's awful.
That would make more sense than him being an actual like genius to me. That everyone is just like, and David Lynch is sitting there
Hooray!
being like, I don't know what I did.
crosses over not knowing why he's celebrated.
He just makes it's almost like, what if Tommy Wiseau was praised instead of laughed at?
Oh, that is a different Earth and a different trajectory.
No, it's David Lynch.
Ooh!
It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Talking the most shit!
It's good.
Alright, you heard it here first. Tommy Wiseau, acknowledged, is David Lynch actualized. Alright, that's it.
Maybe I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Look.
I've seen, again, I haven't seen all of his shit, so maybe I need more exposure. But from what I've seen, I'm like, it's just a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense. Except for the guy who made it.
Right. Well.
Great. That's super helpful to everyone watching.
Well, beyond that, what is the point, right? Like.
You mean, what's the point of making a film for other people? For you to be like, I know what's happening.
But it depends. What is Mr. Lynch working on right now?
I don't know. Nothing to my knowledge. I think he finished up Twin Peaks stuff, and I think he's kind of. I assume.
Mr. Lynch, what are you doing? How do you occupy your free time and where you can make and will things into existence? I am curious.
I don't know, it just feels like when only the guy who made it knows what's happening. There's a miscommunication happening there when only the original creator knows what's happening, and everyone else is speculating. Like, a good creator leaves enough information where you can piece together the actual narrative. So unless he's just being coy and being like, I know what's happening, but I'm never, ever, ever gonna, like, explicitly...
But he's making everyone play Find the Metaphor?
From what I know, there's a lot of that. There's some things where he's, like, pretty outspoken about, where he's like, that's what it's about. And there are times where it's like, it's up for interpretation, which means you don't fucking remember. Or no.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's about. You were fucking put on a film. And then people are like, so good. Which again, like, his most competent film is a movie he didn't want to make.
Oh no.
In my opinion, Dune is his most competent film.
Even though he didn't want to make it.
Because it actually has a structure. Again, if he was a writer, woo! Wrote amazing pieces of work. And I'm super biased. Again, let's keep that in check here. I'm not a fucking David Lynch aficionado. I'm just going off of what I've seen and the people I know who are like, oh yeah, so good, so good. And I'm like, what's that movie about? And it's like, exactly.
The thing where what happened in the no thank you.
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
His words, not mine.
Or like, oh, it's about this. Okay, and that's about, what's it about? It's about this. You guys have different interpretations of the same film. That means the film is not consistent. You have different interpretations.
Have you ever met two people with the same understanding of the movie? Has that ever happened?
Come on. If you watch Mulholland Drive, you'll cement your stance even more, to be honest, but I wouldn't say his movies are devoid of narrative structure as a rule. Okay, I'll give you that. I don't think they're devoid of it. I think that only he knows what's happening. And maybe some of the people in the movie are kind of keen to it. But when people watch it, they're just like, I get it. And then it's like, what do you get? That's the weird part. So I've watched Eraserhead with someone and they're like, okay, like, interesting. And I'm like, what's interesting? And then it's hard to explain.
What do you find interesting?
Like, what about that movie was good? Like, what did you feel? Because I remember watching it for the first time and being like, I don't. I walked out of that film and went, I don't know what just happened. That's it. I don't know. Nothing? There's no plot.
Okay, says you.
It's just, like, yeah, I could string events in order, but, like, it has a beginning, and it has an end. By that logic, it's a movie. But by, like, structure, like, there's no structure.
Well, I mean, if Mr. Lynch were able to respond to you directly, would you take it?
He would shit on it and do nothing but.
Mr. Lynch, would you shit on Monoxus as he tries to understand your works in asking within a public domain, such as Twitter, or perhaps even Instagram?
Oh, no.
I'm not quite sure.
He would tear me apart. He would find some means of saying, like, I don't get it. or like that not all narratives have to have these like structure to them. Which again, I completely understand the idea that like not everything has to follow the same formulaic fashion. I get that, but there's a difference between like separating yourself from the formula and not having one.
Oh, okay.
And that's what a lot of his stuff feels like. Is there isn't a formula, which is why I'm like, if he was a writer, it would make more sense because you could just read it in bits and try to piece together what the fuck was happening. Or a video game where go figure out what the fuck's supposed to happen.
Eventually, you got a sword.
Yeah, somewhere out here, there's things happening. But in a movie where everything is orchestrated and there's like you have 120 minutes to get through this narrative and to explain what's happening and to elicit a response from people, whether it be emotional or like intellectual, like you're trying to get people to either think about something or feel something, and you have like they're supposed to start with something and end with something else. There's a narrative and in a limited time frame. His movies begin with nothing, almost always, from the ones I've seen.
Okay.
Except for Dune. They're just like, world. Great. World building.
And you haven't seen Blue Velvet.
And then they end and they're like...
Of course he hasn't seen Blue Velvet.
Apparently Mulholland Drive's only going to make it worse. Blue Velvet will make it better. So now I got to go and watch both of those and see how I feel about them.
Okay.
I'll do that. I will go watch both of those movies. I believe I've seen Mulholland Drive, I just don't remember it. But I also watched a couple of different Lynch things back to back, and that's where this opinion came out. So it's kind of a blur. I just remember walking out and going like, I've gained nothing, and I want my time back.
Okay.
Like, I was not entertained. It was one of those things where like, you're watching something and you're like, okay. Like 2 hours of this? Okay. It's not engaging. It's just...
Right. You just dealt with it.
Unless you care. And if you care, my god, it's probably amazing.
And if you don't...
You're just waiting.
Until it's over?
Yeah. Until you're done watching it, and you can go, great.
Oh boy. Okay, so Mr. Lynch, we are not singling you out in particular, but please get back to us. We would like to hear what you have to say. Because what if Monoxus really wants to understand your work, but he is surly queen's trash in a mask, who comes from a place where people are kicked around long enough, and then where they're just kind of compelled to say what comes to mind because they get the shit kicked out of them after.
Should we try to bring up the bigger man thing now?
I think we can, we should ask Elliot Page to be the bigger man.
Well, we need chat's help. That's the thing. So chat.
Yeah, we need you to help us get Elliot Page to be the bigger man.
So we're gonna post a video. It's not ours. Very soon. Which is like a Colbert interview, right? And it's Ellen Page.
Elion? Like
Elion.
she's some fucking Cuban refugee?
It's Ellen, is that her name?
Maybe.
Ellen Page?
Or it used to be.
Talking about Juicy Smollett. And how he was attacked.
And making with the hand gestures and the white woman angry about something motions.
Yeah, so it's a bit lengthy, but the whole point of posting it is that I particularly want to add Elliot Page with that video. I want that attention to get brought to Elliot. And the title of the video is going to be the Bigger Man
And say you're sorry.
and Say You're Sorry. Because it's full of misinformation.
So, we are going to have Elliot Page hopefully be the bigger man and say, I'm sorry for being objectively, factually, and intellectually dishonest and or incorrect with the events that happened that day.
We're also calling Elliot Page a big boy.
Be the bigger man.
Yeah, a big man.
I'm big man.
Because Elliot Page is a big man.
You have to make sure you're the biggest man there ever.
Yeah.
All right. You have to make sure your no-lats power like functions as a double up for your Millhouse middle school dirt stash like buffs.
Yeah. So
You're a big man.
we're trying to call out Elliot Page on how big of a man they are.
You end up in a
They're
women's.
huge.
You end up in a women's. You end up in a women's prison, even though like you're clearly a woman, but you have like a Frankenpenis, and then you rape women.
Hey. Well, enough with the Frankenbeans, alright?
To be like a big man.
We
A
got
big man, the biggest of men.
We gotta make sure we keep it subtle until we get Elliot Page to apologize.
Okay. It is an unrelated phenomenon, what you just heard. Never mind. Don't even... Oh, I'm just merely speculating, There are serendipitous accidents in where, reoccurring patterns of behavior and action establish a pattern of things you can't ignore. So I was just, chiming in, giving my 2 cents.
Just keep your eyes open, right? We'll be posting about that in the near future. We need your help. I need to get this to Elliot. You have no idea how important this is.
We have to get Elliot fighting for intersectionality and everything that's right and just in the free world, and then be proven wrong overnight.
We also have to get Elliot to say that Ellen was wrong.
Who was wrong?
Ellen.
Sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Elliot was wrong when he was a she.
Ooh.
So
Is it because he was a she?
Because he was a woman, he was wrong. And now that he's a man,
It doesn't matter anymore.
no, he can be right. He can step up and be right.
And be the bigger man.
And be the bigger man. The big man that he is.
The biggest super huge tough lord that he is.
The huge man that he is. And apologize for saying that Juicy Smollett was assaulted.
He could be the bigger man, the much bigger man.
The huge man. Like 6'9" jacked big.
With no lats and scars across the chest.
So we're gonna need your help on that. But I think we'll get it out there.
We need your help. Alright, ladies and jerks.
Elliot Page, ZM.
Listen, ZM, we appreciate the guts and glory and the piss and vinegar, but it is Elliot Page, my friend.
We're trying to get Elliot Page. And don't worry about the ulterior motives here.
No,
Just worry about getting an apology out of Elliot. for
eventually.
Elliot's horrible, horrible statement so that Elliot can be the big man.
We need you to follow Monoxus on Twitter, and then you have to DM him, and then you have to say upload the video on YouTube. So then he'll upload the video on YouTube.
Oh no, I have it ready. I just didn't want to upload it on Christmas because I didn't want to start a turf war
on Christmas.
on Christmas.
Okay.
It felt wrong as a Christian.
I respect that. I respect that tremendously.
As a Christian man, I had to make sure that we're going to be respectful on Chrimbus.
Chrimbus.
Yeah.
You're right.
We're not starting turf wars with trans people on Chrimbus, all right?
All right.
We can do it on the 26th. We can't do it on the 25th.
You hear that, ladies and jerks? Even on Christmas, we're trying to do our best. Okay. So, Elliot starts getting bone extensions in his legs. They fucking explode during an award ceremony. Oh, listen, Orbitas, if only that South Park storyline would be true. But it might be, because like we have to look at this thing with a grafted, vascular meat plate fake chest as it stands and gets mogged in front of real life men.
Elliot Page eyes you at the bar. Alright. I walk up to Elliot, who's eye-fucking me, and be like, you were hot once. And I walk away.
You hear that, AVH?
Sorry. I mean, that's just where I'm at. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? I used to want to fuck you.
Used to.
Yeah.
Oof.
Back when you were,
Before this happened.
yeah. I wouldn't say it, but it would be implied.
Yeah.
Back before,
Why must you force this onto him, AVH? Like you're some sort of like endgame Bond villain who's trying to dictate the course of the shenanigans.
He didn't force anything. That's just legitimate. I think a vast majority of straight males used to look at Ellen Page and be like, damn. And now, we all collectively have to go, Damn.
Like it.
So, you know, if Elliot Page is like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Elliot, and I'm the doodliest man in the history of men. Hey,
I
what's
wouldn't
up?
I wouldn't let Elliot say that much.
Hey, guys.
I'd just be like, hey, what's going on? And
My name's Elliot.
if they were like trying to, you know,
Believe me, I spent a lot of money in this.
be very like adamant on like big handsiness, I'd be like, oh no. You would have had a chance. Had you
Hey,
not,
guys, I live in a vascular implant to help me.
yeah, had you not done this? Damn, Damn, you would have had it. But you did this, so sorry. Also, weird that Elliot fucks women
Right? With
as a gay woman.
as a not dude.
As a gay woman.
As a not dude? Is that what you're saying?
No, Ellen was gay.
But now she's a not dude.
Straight man?
If that's what you want to call it.
Shouldn't she be gay?
Uh,
He? Gay?
I don't know.
How does that work?
So he is a straight man
Now,
having sex with women,
or straight.
even though he identified as never.
No, they're both straight. But they're the new definition of straight that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
They're new straight.
Super straight.
No, I'm super straight. They're new straight. There's a difference.
All right. So, are you think he'd allow himself to get like besmirched like this?
In person?
Sure.
No. But what's he gonna do? He's like 5'1" and weighs 80 pounds.
Is this like average on manlet height crimes?
No, I'm just saying, like, as a recently transitioned paperweight manlet, they all have to deal with the shit talk and violence that comes with being a man. And if Elliot tried to step to either one of us, we could sneeze and break them.
You know, Monoxus trying to be thoughtful and considerate in meeting Elliot in a dark alley, maybe outside of Chinatown, and even though he can clearly crush her and hurt her in ways she can't walk away from, I mean him, he has to pretend that this dude with no lats and middle school facial hair and a square body is like, hey guys.
I mean, like, imagine if Elliot tried to come up to you and be like...
And if Monoxus doesn't go along with it, he's accused of genocide. All right?
Imagine
it's
if
really
that-
serious here in New York City.
Imagine if that kind of person walked up to you and tried to, like, get tough. Like, think about it.
I
Like,
can't.
it's like... I would feel bad hitting them. You know what I mean?
Trans protection always on Twitter.
I mean, like, I like...
Preferred victim class always on, never gives the phone. And you'll die before you get doxxed.
I'm just saying. I wouldn't even feel bad hitting them because of the trans thing. I'd feel bad because, like, they're sick and they weigh like
Watch people
60 pounds.
Watch people start to defend Elliot Page the same way when like Iran issued a fatwa against the satanic verses written by Salman Rushdie. So like in the late 80s, Monoxus, a translator died and got stabbed, and he was found in air vents, and some dude got shot in the street, and a couple other people were got. And this was at a time and age before Google Earth. It was the late 80s. And this all happened because fucking Iran declared a fatwa on, what the fuck is his name? The guy who wrote the satanic verses? Salman Rushdie.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. Which is tricky because, like, why would you admit that the devil spoke to you after all these things, and then you're like, oops, just kidding. That was Satan. And a guy wrote a book on it, and now he can't be anywhere safe, ever.
I don't know, man. Religion's tricky.
Well, here at 718 TV, alright, at the home studios here at twitch.tv/Monoxus, here at youtube.com/718TV, we're broadcasting directly to Mr. Lynch. Hopefully he gets our earlier inquiry.
I really don't want David Lynch or Elliot Page.
I would love if either one of them got back in touch with me.
I really hope neither of them do.
I hope David Lynch
Because
ends
then I
up...
have to spit on them?
No. I hope David Lynch ends up becoming hyper focused on your replies, and he lives in a station wagon outside of your building, which is
That's the thing. That if I don't want to have to spit on them.
right.
And like, David Lynch is an old man, and I have no problem hitting him.
Hmm.
And I will, for disrespecting me by existing. His films offend me.
You heard it here first, folks.
Therefore, I will hit that old man. For stalking me, I'll hit him.
While living in his car.
If he stalks me, yeah, I'll hit him.
Okay.
That's an invasion of my privacy. When he's asking for it.
Now that's the physical part. What about fucking George Eliot, whatever his name is?
Elliot baby?
Who's the manliest man in the history of anything?
I would
ever.
also hit Elliot.
Would you defend yourself outside of Elliot's apartment in a self-defense situation?
Yes. What do you mean, yes?
Okay. If you were outside Elliot's apartment in Greenwich Village and you defended yourself in a fight to the death,
I would grab Elliot by the smooth crotch and pick them up over my head. Because I can overhead press 135 pounds, and I think Elliot weighs like 90. And I would throw them.
touche.
But I would make it very sure that when I grabbed at the crotch, I would like high impact, like, man. So like just so they know, like if they were male,
Ay, Dios mío.
that would hurt.
And now we're hitting the Frankenbeanus. How's that feel?
There's no Frankenbeanus there.
Oh,
It's smooth,
shoot.
from what I understand. According to the internet.
You're gonna have to look at his browser history for this.
Here is what got modified. So I'm gonna grab Elliot by Ellen's pussy and pick Elliot up over my head and then slam them down and be like, stop,
And he can.
stop,
And he will.
stop.
Alright? Ellen Page, get back to us in regards to like having to be the bigger man of being wrong about that time where you were like objectively, factually incorrect thing. Tough guy, Tonka tough, Stephen Colbert thing that we'll upload soon.
Fucking guy said Tonkin.
Yeah, you're gonna have to prove to me the bigger. Yeah, I get it. Me wanty be man. Okay, Tonka tough. You heard that? You heard that?
Ow! Oh.
I'm content. All right.
Oh my god, my face hurts. I did say that, Frank Horgan Jr. I would grab Elliot like a bowling ball, and they might like it.
You have to make sure you finish Elliot in his final moments of like understanding of being wrong about everything.
Elliot's a man, they're a gay man. Because they were a gay woman. So now if I grab Elliot by their male pussy, they might enjoy it.
Is Elliot not now like a straight white male who is the antithesis of all feminism?
That depends on if Elliot wants to fuck men now because they're a gay man.
Oh no.
Because they were a gay woman.
Oh no.
Which means I might be right up Elliot's alley. See, it's very confusing. You see, you're getting a headache? Is it making you?
Yeah.
Is it bothering you?
Mildly.
Welcome to watching David Lynch films.
Okay. With the callback.
It's hard,
All
right?
right.
It's very confusing.
You're not wrong. All right. So, what time is it?
Almost 9. I think we can call it a 9.
It's Christmas, and honestly, like, listen, we're glad you pulled through. I'm particularly glad that you did pull through, and honestly, like, you hungry?
No, I had that fucking food before.
Yeah, but come on, you could eat.
Not really. I'm not super hungry.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy's...
I'm not hungry. Fuck you, dude. I'm tired. I was actually up early today. My sleep schedule's got me.
Look at him trying to be responsible. Ooh, I was up when the hens were up. Ooh.
Bro, I get up at 5:30 for work, so my internal clock is like 7 a.m. Get up! It sucks, but like, what it is.
All right, you're right. So how about, okay. I'm sure we can find something I can order for both of us that is open at this time of day. You saw that, ladies and jerks? Alright? And we hope that all of your wants and needs are absolved through bloodshed and dancing on the graves of your enemy. Alright? Go get yours. It's yours after all.
That worked out better than expected.
I was really proud, actually. So, okay. I know you can listen, I know you're hungry, though.
I'm not hungry. I'm actually not.
God damn it.
I'm hungry. You can't make me eat, alright?
Fine.
I like the delay. The delay is kind of fun.
I know. Are you sure? You want something for tomorrow? You want...
You're trying to get me to buy food. I don't want to buy food.
What if I'll pay for it,
I don't care. I'm not hungry.
but you'll be hungry tomorrow?
I'm fine. In fact, I want to lay down. That's right. I'm tired.
Fine. So, ladies and jerks, we call this good night, farewell. Monoxus is going to want to lay down, and I don't blame him.
Have a spectacular Chrimbus.
Feliz Navidad.
Hope we'll see you all for the new year.
That's right.
Not this New Year's, because we're going to go to a place and get drunk.
Listen, the first is off limits. We'll see you on the second week of January, okay?
Actually, we might be able to do a quick phone stream on the first.
That would be wild.
But it'll be like a very quick, like...
I
It wouldn't be like hours. It would be like...
I wouldn't mind at all.
We'd have to very much coordinate that.
That would be really
Tell motherfuckers have to show up with us being like, we got this much time. Actually, we could do a midnight stream.
fun. Wouldn't be hard, you know? Like, we could, as long as I tweet beforehand.
I mean, just let everybody know, like, before the actual midnight countdown. For us.
Yes.
You know, time frame.
We could post it. We should post it.
Well, here's the thing, though. Does it really count if anyone else has New Year's first? Or does it only count when the ball drops in New York?
What if Australia has been in New Year's Eve, like, territory for the past 7 hours?
What does it count until the New York ball drops?
Depends what they're saying. Depends what time they got in touch with you.
I think it matters whether or not...
Depends if you left them on red or not.
We care.
Depends if you fucking reached out to him first, too.
So, maybe...
Or her. Or her.
Him. Because Elliot. Because that's who we're targeting them next week.
Right.
Everyone in chat, start adding Elliot. I need Elliot's social media info.
We need to find Elliot, not Rogers. Elliot Page. There you go. The super strong, toughest Tonka tough man in history. With his no lats.
We need to start attacking Elliot Page.
Tonka tough no lats.
I'm asking you for Christmas.
He's asking you for Chrimbus.
Please harass Elliot Page.
He's asking you for Chrimbus harassment. Please acknowledge him and deliver, okay?
Please harass Elliot Page. For me, for Chrimbus. That's what I want.
You heard it here first, folks.
Call Elliot Page a big, strong man.
Tell Elliot Page that he can be a bigger man and apologize.
Say you're a big, strong man.
The biggest, strongest man.
That's all you gotta say.
Because that's what you need to say I'm sorry.
Just be like, hey, you're a big, strong man. That's it. It won't get you banned. The guidelines have nothing against you doing that.
Alright.
You're a big, strong man.
Deal.
And we just wait until it erodes and eats away at his subconscious.
I'll retweet it once in a while to remind people. I don't want to know.
You're a big, strong man, as teeny tiny Elliot lays in bed and has to think about the fact that a bunch of people have been adding him and going, you're a big, strong man.
Hey guys.
You're a big,
I have no laugh.
strong man.
I have a middle school dirt stash. I'm fucking Millhouse strong. Hey guys.
You're a big, strong man.
I'm the biggest, strongest man in the history of men, ever since men came down from Manville.
Yeah.
It's so...
Big, strong man. We'll get there. We're gonna do it.
No, we know... Stop calling
We're gonna do it.
this wretched future. We're gonna be forced.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're gonna get people to at Elliot Page with I'm big strong. You are a big strong man.
Hey guys, I'm a big strong man. NBD, no lats. All right, we're kidding. Technically,
I'm not.
kinda, sorta. At least I am.
It's Christmas. Big strong man at Elliot Page.
Hey, listen, are you a bigger, stronger man than Monoxus? Can you admit when you were wrong? Admit that you were wrong. Remember that time you were wrong? I remember you when you were wrong. But now there's like context here that people are scared to death about that time when you were wrong. So if you could clear up when you were wrong with Monoxus' perspective covered and that time you were wrong, let us know. Thanks. P.S. Remember that time you were wrong? I remember. P.P.S. P.P.
Okay, that's enough Chrimbus. I think we're good on Chrimbus. Good night, folks.
Good night, folks.
It's been a pleasure.